Hey, good morning. Welcome to my Sunday morning coffee stream. JJ, the Lonely Bull in Asia, here in my condo here in Bangkok. Got my coffee. Just shut off the Nebraska game. That's why I'm on earlier now, because it was not good. I had my Nebraska shirt on, but I took it off in shame. So I'll probably burn it in effigy later on today. But anyway, we're on here, and we'll wait a minute and see who comes on board this morning. But glad you're here. If you're just tuning in, let me know where you're coming from, and let me know if I'm coming in okay. Looks to be my audio looks good. My audio sounds good. My video looks good on my end. How is it on your guys' end? Everything looks to be in good shape. Had a fun week this week. Went out to the golf range yesterday with some buddies and hit the little white ball around, and that was nice. Let's see. I got to get my glasses on so I can read. John, good evening from Washington, D.C. Hey, John. Thanks for joining this morning or this evening for you. It's about 10 p.m. in your time. Game isn't over yet. Well, it's pretty much over. They had a 4th and goal at the 13 and threw an incomplete pass. Penn State took over. Penn State's up by 27 with about 6 minutes left or something like that. So it's pretty much over. Sound check's good. Awesome. Looks good. I look as good as I can. Is that what you're trying to tell me, Ken? Good. I'm glad everybody can see me okay and hear me okay. I got new glasses. I picked these up. These glasses are my expensive glasses, but I was heading to class last week, and the pin came, or the screw came out of one of the arms here, and so I ran down to Nana on Sukhumvit, or took the Nana exit on Sukhumvit, and there's a vendor outside that sells reading glasses. So I picked up a pair real quick. So now I have 3 pair. I've got my black ones. I've got these, which are my really nice, expensive ones I got in Vietnam. And I got my blue and black cheapos that cost me about 150 baht. So anyway, they don't have it. See, in the U.S., what I really liked about in the U.S. is like you could go to any pharmacy, and they've got a section there of reading glasses, and you can pick up a cheap pair of reading glasses for $5-10. They don't have anything like that here. You can't just go into a pharmacy and find reading glasses. So you have to look for the actual places, and they're usually in the eyeglass stores, and so they're a little more expensive. But you can find the cheap ones once in a while at street vendors. So that's what I got. So anyway, here we go. We got a lot on chat already. Let me scoot up a little bit. Sound check good. Looks good. Yuck. Yeah. I got a face for radio. That's why I was in radio for so long. I tried the TV thing out. It was not a good fit for me. Bad night for Nebraska. Great night for Notre Dame. Yeah, at least, my second favorite team had a big win today. What was the final of that? Like 69-7 or something like that. Had to refresh my sweet tea. Oh, very good. I'm not a big sweet tea guy. I grew up in Nebraska, and when I was a kid, we had tea, and it was always sweet. We'd always sweeten it up with sugar. And until I moved to Indiana, Kentucky, and Tennessee, I didn't really know what sweet tea was. But then I got over my sweet tooth, and now I like tea unsweetened. And anytime I was out with a friend, when we lived in the Philippines, I go out with a friend, and my friend would always go, "Do you have sweet tea?" And I always joke with them. It's like, "No, but they have sugar, so you just put sugar in your tea, dude." I don't know. There's probably a difference. Did you ever take any Bangkok tours when you moved there? No, I don't normally do the tour thing. I think they're overrated as far as I think they're overpriced and they're a little overrated. I would much rather just go out on my own and explore. So when I do those things, that's what I'll do. I'm sure there's some good reputable tour guides and um, tour plans, but I just don't get into that. Black Friday. Are you ready for back-to-back Hawkeyes? Back in black Hawkeyes. Yeah, we got a short week. We had to play Saturday night, and then we play Friday at noon. So we'll probably won't get back into Lincoln after this game until like 4 in the morning Sunday, and then we got to get ready for Iowa, who did their Iowa thing, and they won at the end in a walk-off field goal at the end. So I'm starting to really hate the Hawkeyes, right? Growing up in Nebraska, was it like the movie Napoleon Dynamite? I'm trying to remember that movie. I only watched it once. Probably. It was probably, we probably had that kind of guy in our school. It wasn't me, though. Another expat has paid a big price for living in the Philippines province. Insufficient health care can be fatal in the Philippines. Yeah, I heard something about that. What was I'm not sure what the deal was, but somebody said, actually it was who was Heidi and George did a video or did a live stream, and they were trying to raise money for this guy. Was that, and then he ended up dying. Is that what the deal was? I don't really keep much tabs on YouTubers in the Philippines anymore, really. I drink a lot of hot tea. How's the tea in Thailand? Tea's good. I don't drink a lot of tea, but you can get really good tea, the really healthy tea. When I was in Vietnam, I drank a lot of tea. I got when I got bronchitis when I was there last December, I went to the pharmacy and she gave me a jar of mushrooms, and I made tea twice a day, hot tea with that. And it wasn't great tasting. It wasn't bad, but it's really good for you. So they have really healthy tea in Vietnam and here in Thailand too. Do you have any Thanksgiving plans? Yeah, absolutely. Actually, we do. There's a bunch of us. There's probably going to be 6 or 7 of us going to go to a place called Bourbon Street, which is on Ekamai, off the Ekamai BTS. It's a Cajun restaurant, and I've eaten there before. I had their gumbo; is really good. But they're having a Thanksgiving buffet, so they'll have the traditional turkey dinner, the Thanksgiving American dinner, but they'll also have different items on their buffet that's also Asian and worldly. So it's going to be good. It's a little pricey. It's 1,070 baht per person, but we're going to go there and on Thursday afternoon and get there and wait for a table. You can get reservations before 4, but if you come in after 4, it's walk-in only. So we'll just walk in. There's going to be like 6 or 7 of us, so we'll wait for a table. So, yeah, that's my plan for Thanksgiving this coming Thursday. So, yeah, it should be fun. When dating in BKK, which yielded better results, using apps or cold approaches? I would say it's about a 50-50 thing. I would say that the dating apps, you probably have maybe I would say a 30% chance of success, whereas meaning that of the girls you match with and the ones you go out with, say you match with 100 girls and 40 of them agree to meet, 30 of them actually end up meeting you, but of that 30%, maybe half of those are probably not ones that you would meet a second time. So I don't know what the percentage is on that. If you just meet organically, like you said, like cold approaches, I think that percentage is probably a little better as far as like repeat dating or continuous dating. You probably get a better because you're not reading a profile, so you're not getting any preconceived ideas of what they're like that could be true or not. And you're meeting them in out in public, so you're away from that social media uh, stigma. And so I think things work out a little better that way, or have that opportunity to work out better. So I hope that answers your question, Rick. But I would say if I had the option, I would do the cold organic approach every time. Um, but a lot of times I always kind of worry about meeting somebody on that cold approach, because you just don't know if they speak any English, and so it's hard to approach sometimes. And on the other side of the coin, they, especially here in Bangkok, they may not normally approach you. Uh, they may make eye contact, and that's kind of your signal. If they make an eye contact and they smile, that's kind of a signal for you to approach them. So, but that could be few and far between. So, you and Gio should do a joint Thanksgiving episode and talk about why you're thankful for leaving the Philippines. That's funny. We actually talked about that. Um, so it's funny you should mention that, John. Um, I saw a comment this morning from on one of my videos, and the guy was talking about it was my scam video, which turned out to be a pretty good viral video. I think it's got close to 40,000 views on it. But one of the scams I got taken for was when the first time I went to Manila, and the scam was the horse and carriage driver, and he give you a price up front. He give you the short ride price and the long ride price, and I took the short ride price, but he took me on the long ride, and he charged me the full price, which was like 3,000. This guy said, "Hey, I got scammed the same way when I was in Manila," and I replied to him. I said, "That's one of the reasons why I was okay leaving the Philippines, because it seems like every time you turn around, you're looking for somebody to scam you there." And it happens here too, obviously, but not to the extent it does in the Philippines. So, yeah. So maybe we're thankful for. Not sure about the circumstances. I think he picked up pneumonia in the hospital, a very basic hospital by all accounts. Yeah, you know what? That's another thing. I'm okay with going to like St. Luke's in BGC hospital there in the Philippines. But if you go to these province hospitals, they're not that clean, and as compared to the ones here in Thailand, you get really clean hospitals. I saw another video, a YouTuber, either yesterday or this morning. He was talking about his first visit to a Thailand hospital, and he was amazed how clean it was. But yeah, you just never know. Hey, good morning, Steve. Good morning, JJ. Have you been to McKellar? How about Green Lung? I have not. What are those places? Green lung sounds like a disease. When are you going to interview your Thai language teacher for the channel? My new one or my old one? Because they're completely different people. I really like my old Thai language teacher. He was really good. Kru Wine. His name was Wine. Kru is the Thai word for teacher. But he was really good, and he explained things well. My new teacher is very distracting because she's very beautiful. And it's harder for me to understand when she speaks. She doesn't speak a lot of English. I mean, she speaks English, don't get me wrong, but when she's talking to you, she speaks in Thai a lot. So you have to really listen. And I've got I don't know if it's a learning disability or what it is, but I find my hearing's great, but I pick up everything. So if there's any ambient noise, it's hard for me to process what somebody is saying to me. So a lot of times, I'm sure my friends catch this all the time, when they'll say something to me, and I'll always have them repeat it. It's not that I didn't hear, it's just that I'm not processing it because all the outside noise. So I always sit up in the front, and you got a couple of guys in the back row that are troublemakers. They're not troublemakers, but they're kind of class clowns. They're always joking and laughing and being kind of loud and obnoxious. So it's hard for me to concentrate. So, but with her, how gorgeous she is, it's really hard for me to concentrate. But that would be cool if I would do that if she would be okay with that. I might ask her. Bought my ticket and got a hotel for a week in Bangkok. Awesome, Bobby. Now just waiting on my Okie Doke and my OA visa in the next little while. Oh, awesome. Okay, so you're going to get an OA visa. That's awesome. Where are you staying? What area are you staying in Bangkok? December 9th arrival. Very good. Why live in Thailand when it's hard to find a quality woman to date there? It's not no, Dave. I'm not saying it's hard. It's not hard at all. The quality of women are off the chart, and the problem is finding one that has time for you because they work. They're career oriented. Most of them all work jobs during the day, maybe 6 days a week. A lot of them, because it's such a big area in the Metro Bangkok area, a lot of them that you meet online say they live an hour or more away from you. They're still in the Bangkok area, but they may live quite a ways away from you. So it's really hard to find that time for both of you to have to be together to meet. Because on their days off, maybe they go to back to their province to see their family or something like that. So I'm not saying that you can't find quality women. You can find a lot of quality women in Bangkok. It's just finding the time. STD will kill you in Thailand. It'll kill you anywhere. Philippines is getting really bad. I think I read or I heard that HIV in the Philippines, maybe even in Thailand, is over 1% of the population. So yeah, you got to be careful. Wrap it up, boys. Steve says, I read a really good way to meet a Thai woman if you want a serious long-term relationship is to ask a buddy who has a serious Thai girlfriend to find you one. Yeah, I always thought about that too. And then I actually mentioned that in a video or in comments of a video, and somebody replied that that's not always a good idea, because what if your friend breaks up with his girlfriend? Is your new girlfriend going to side with her girlfriend and break up with you? I mean, and it causes that kind of dynamic that it could be. Now in the Philippines, that would definitely be the case. If they're really good friends, she would believe the friend over you in the Philippines. And if the friend gets upset, breaks up with her boyfriend, she's going to say crap about you to her girlfriend to try to get you guys to break up. So that's a dynamic that at least in the Philippines, I don't know if I want to do, but maybe Bangkok or maybe Thailand's different. But yeah, I thought about that too. And that might be I always ask, when I got a friend that has a Thai girlfriend, I always say, hey, does she have a sister or a friend? Does Bangkok Thanksgiving turkey smell like fish but taste like chicken? La Bamba humor. I'll let you know. I'll let you know Thursday. Maybe I'll do a video from there. I might do that. Kiki and Jasmine, I got skimmed over the top by a taxi driver on my first visit to the Philippines, but that was it. Have you ever encountered the suit scam in BKK? I see that a lot. You're talking about when you go by the tailor shops and they're trying to get you in there. I don't know exactly what the scam is. I imagine they get you in on the premise of this is going to be really cheap. It's only going to cost you this, but then they have all these hidden costs. And so when they get done with your suit, you have to pay 3 times as much. Is that kind of what you're talking about? I've never done that. I don't need a suit anymore. I'm retired. The only time I'll need a suit is when they bury me, I guess. So I actually have a friend who's a YouTuber here, and he had a thing going with a tailor in Bangkok who's got like 3 or 4 locations in Bangkok, and he asked if I wanted to do a video of me getting a custom tailored suit with this guy, and it would be free. All I would have to do is put a video on my channel for it, and give the guy that free promotion, and I get the free suit. At that time, I was about 20 pounds overweight, so I kept saying, "Yeah, I really don't want to do it right now because I don't feel like I look like the penguin." So I declined. But yeah, I don't know if that I would do it. When would I wear a suit? November usually starts the tourism season in Thailand. Have you noticed an increase in visitors? A little bit, but you know what I've really noticed? An increase in airplanes going over. I was talking to Gio yesterday after golf, and I asked him about that. I go, "Have you noticed more airplanes?" He goes, "Yeah, I have." And I said, "Yeah, we're in the high season now. So yeah, I have noticed that." So, hey, JJ, have you seen any issues with the issues between Thailand and Cambodia? I haven't seen any here. We're like, 75 kilometers, 100 kilometers away from the border or something like that. So it really doesn't affect us. I guess from what I understand, there were a lot of Cambodian workers that worked and lived here in Bangkok and all over Thailand. And they kind of got kicked out when all this stuff started going down, and they all left, went back to Cambodia. So there was a lot of jobs available that there's a lot of people from Myanmar that come here to work. So you see a lot of that. I see some Filipinos that work in bars and restaurants, but as far as the issues, I haven't seen any of that. It's been going on almost a year now, and every time you think, "Oh, okay, the ceasefire, everything's good," and then one side accuses the other side of doing something nasty, so then it kind of flares up again. Okay, Cam the Cook says, "Hi, JJ, heading to Thailand for a month in January. 2 weeks booked in Pattaya and the first week in Bangkok booked in Asok." Okay. No plan for a second week in Bangkok. Okay, great. Hopefully the weather will be good as far as the pollution, because that's right at the beginning of burning season up north. And I remember last year in January, there was a week that was really bad here in Bangkok. And, but if you're okay, and that was that 1 week, and then it was kind of okay after that. But you can go down to Pattaya and you should be okay that far south. You shouldn't get any problems down there. I'm the same way with the with the funnel of info coming in to my brain from the outside world. Hotel is a few blocks south of Terminal 21. Okay, so a few blocks south. So you're between Asok and Prampong then, right? I assume if you're south of Terminal 21, you're close to the Prampong BTS. You're probably closer. You're probably right in the middle between Prampong and Asok BTS. So yeah, that's a good location. You're going to be great. It's called misophonia. Misophonia. What my issue with my processing? Is that what you're saying, Steve? Misophonia. What are your 3 favorite Thai dishes to eat? Okay. I don't know if I have a favorite. I guess my go-to, if I wasn't trying to something different, my go-to would be pad krapao or tom yum, the soup. And I'm not into pad Thai. I don't like the noodles. I don't like the texture of the noodles so much, but I'll eat those every once in a while. But probably those 2 would be my 2 favorite, and then anything else that looks good at the time. Hey, Peter. Peter says, do you think living near Salakang BTS in Siloam is good area near local street foods and markets? Yeah. Near Siloam is that's a great area because you're close to Lumpini Park. There's a couple of street food areas, night markets in that area. There's some malls. There's some really good malls there. One Bangkok's close by. Central Park Mall is close by. That whole Silom BTS area is really neat. That's a really neat area. There's probably the best Buddies Burgers restaurant is there in that Silom area. They have like 5 or 6 locations all over Bangkok, but that's probably in my opinion, that's got the best. They do the best burgers there. So yeah, I don't think you can go wrong there. It's going to be a little pricey, but as far as things to do and quality there, yeah, you're going to be fine. There are suit vendors on the street claiming they are high-end suits. In reality, they are knockoffs. Yeah, that's what I heard too. You got to figure if you're buying an Armani suit for 3,000 baht or whatever they go for here, under $100, you got to figure it's got to be a knockoff. They're not going to sell you an Armani suit, genuine Armani suit for $100 US. But like I said, I'm not a suit guy. I'm a polo guy. I'll wear shirts like this every once in a while. Maybe on a weekend when I'm out, if I go up to the gym. Later on today, I'm heading to the mall. I'm going to price a new camera. I want to get a new camera because my gimbal is wore out. It's just, let me show you. It's old anyway, and it was cheap when I bought it. It was like $50. I bought this cheap. This is a gimbal. It's a 3-axis stabilizer. So you put your phone in here, and then you turn it on, and then that's how you walk around. And it's got a 3-axis stabilizer, so it stabilizes your video, so it's not herky jerky. When I first started, I just hold my camera, like this, and walk around, and it was, when I walk, I'd bounce. If you notice, Joe, Eager Expat, he doesn't use a gimbal. He said, I'm not going to pay for a gimbal. So he walks around like this, but you can see his videos do this when you can tell when he's walking, he's like bouncing up and down. But I like his channel. He does a good job. But anyway, so this thing is the battery life is shot on it. It doesn't hold the charge very long. So I'll be like in the middle of a video and it'll do that. And all of a sudden my video camera will just drop. So I'm getting tired of dealing with that crap. So I'm going to go I thought about looking for a new gimbal or just buying one of those Osmos Pocket 3s that everybody uses, but they're so expensive. They're like $700 for the whole kit. But I'm going to go price some things, maybe go to MBK Mall, which you can get some used and refurbished products there. And I may price some there. I get my deposit back next week from my old condo, and that'll be about $775 when I get my deposit back. So excited for that. So that'll go toward my equipment whenever I decide to buy. So let's see, where are we at here? How's your Thai doing? I did 9-month study at a school in Sukhumvit 13, and it helps me tremendously living here. It's going well. Here, let me hang on a second. I'm going to go, I'll put the tracking on. Hang on just a second. I'm going to go over here and get my book, and I'll show you what I'm doing. I can reach it. Okay. Come on, little guy. You got to follow me here. There you go. I call my webcam a little guy because it looks like a little robot. It's got 2 lenses, 2 cameras that look like a little eye. Okay, get off that tracking. I hate the tracking because it puts my face right in the middle. I've got too much dead space above. So, okay. Anyway, sorry about that. So we're learning. I still haven't learned all the consonants. There's 44 consonants, and I still haven't memorized all of them. I'm going to need to, because now we're learning vowels and how to read Thai words using the consonants and the vowels. So get my glasses on. So it's been a very interesting couple of weeks trying to learn those. And we've only gotten about, I don't know, maybe 10 or 12 vowels learned of the 32 that there are. So I'll show you a worksheet I had. So there's the worksheet I did. So what they do with this worksheet, that's the consonant. That's pronounced go. And it corresponds with the word guy. Go guy would be chicken. Those are, that's the vowel, and that's a vowel above. So the vowels can be before or after, above or below the consonant, which changes the tone. And that's another consonant there. So when you put all this together, that's how you pronounce the word Giwa. And then this one would be, so you use the first, so go is the first consonant. So you use the first letter G. And then this one, this consonant is ka or ko. So K would be the first sound. And then that is another vowel above the consonant here. That's a vowel there. So you would pronounce that kia, and it's up. It's a rising, not a rising. It's a high tone. So you have high tones. You've got, that's a rising tone. So you would pronounce that hua, I believe. Anyway, I know it's getting really hard. That's probably boring stuff for you guys, but it's getting very hard to memorize this stuff. It's all memorization. And my teacher, she said it'll be easier to speak and understand Thai than it will be to read and write Thai. It'll actually be easier. So I think I think speaking would be the easiest, then understanding somebody speaking Thai would be second easiest, followed by writing Thai, followed by reading Thai. No, followed by reading Thai, then writing Thai. Because if you're writing Thai, you have to know where those vowels go and which is your, what do they call that? The ending consonant or the last consonant. I mean, there's so many rules. And I'm trying, buddy. I'm trying, Alan. But it's a struggle. I'm on the struggle bus a little bit, but I'm trying. Yeah, and you can't miss a day, because if you miss a day, you miss a lot. So I'm trying to really make it every day and really try to understand. Peter says, do you think living near Saladang BTS in Selam is a good area for local foods and markets? Yeah, that's right next to it. Saladang is the BTS that runs right next to the Selam MRT. So if you're on Sukhumvit, like where I'm at now in Prampong, if I go down to Asok, which is one stop on the BTS, then I go down to the MRT, and I can take the MRT to four stops to Selam. If I go 3 stops, that's at Lumpini Park. But you're just as close to Lumpini Park if you take the Selam exit. The only difference is you come out of Selam and you can get on the Saladang BTS, or you can walk right into Central Park Mall. So yeah, that's a great area. I don't think you'll have any problems finding things to do there. Bobby says just 20 pounds overweight. First thing I'm buying for my place will be a scale. I got lots of weight to lose. If I had to pay by the pound to fly over, I could not afford it. I hear you, but I hear you talking, buddy. Yeah, I was up to 216. I think it was 220, 223 or something like that when I was in Vietnam last April. And that was the most I've ever weighed in my life. I was a roly poly. And so now I'm down to, and my scale died on me. So I got to go buy a new scale like you. But the last time I weighed myself, I was right at 200. So I'm about 15 pounds overweight for what I want to be. And it's all right here. And I got that spare tire. And that's the hardest part to lose. If you could visit anywhere in Thailand, where would you go and why? So I want to go to Koh Samui. I've heard that's a really nice area. It's an island, beach, a lot of beach and beautiful, beautiful ocean. And so I've heard really good things about it. I want to go there. That would be my number one place to visit that I haven't been to yet. And then maybe up to Chiang Rai, way up north. I have not been in that area either, but there's no beaches around there. It would just go, you'd be up in the northern part in the mountainous area. So do you eat much cheap street food? Yeah, I do. I probably 3 days a week I go and have some street food. When I get off the BTS, there's vendors right there on Sukhumvit right at 24. And once in a while I'll get something there, or I can go across the street to Sukhumvit 39, and 39 Craft Coffee is one of my favorite coffee shops, and they have vendor food outside that's really cheap. Across the way from there is a Thai food restaurant that's open air, so they got outdoor and indoor, but they have really cheap food. You get a really good fried rice meal for like 60, 70 baht. So yeah, I'll eat there. Maybe I'll go, Terminal 21. I haven't been up there for a while, but they've got great Thai food there in their food court that you can get really cheap, under 100 baht. So yeah, I love the Thai food. It's great, and I've never had a problem with eating there. I never realized how expensive Pensacola Beach is. I was looking at a 1-bedroom condo right on the beach for next summer. My sister did basic training for the Navy at Pensacola, Florida. Cal did a video on getting a suit made. Does Siloam have plenty of expat places to go, like prom pong bars and such? I'm not sure. So there is. I can't think of the name of the street there, but there is a couple of streets along there that's kind of almost kind of adult entertainment type places. One of the streets is all lady boy bars, if that's your thing. But then there's another one right next to it that's just kind of like, I would like equate that to like Soy 11 or Sukhumvit 11, that kind of thing. You got bars and restaurants. So there are those places that's nearby there. So yeah, I think there's probably, I don't spend a lot of time there. Usually if I go there, it's go to the mall or go across to the park. But yeah, I think there's probably plenty of places like that. Eager Expat channel is great if you want to explore Bangkok while he walks. I learned a lot off his channel. Yeah, so did I. Yeah, he's a good friend of mine. So, hey, Smitty. Hi, JJ. Do you like your new apartment and your neighborhood so far? Thanks for all your informative videos. Well, thanks, Smitty. Yeah, I love it. My condo is awesome. I love everything about it. And the neighborhood's really neat. I did 2 videos. They're on the membership page right now, which, by the way, you can be a member. It's only costs you 99 cents a month, and you get videos before anybody else does. But I got 2 videos that are on there right now that I've videotaped in my neighborhood at different locations. So check that out. One will post tomorrow morning to everybody, and the other one, I think, on Wednesday. But yeah, I've been trying to go to different areas in my neighborhood, just checking things out and doing videos from there. But I really like it. It's a little more high end, so things are a little more pricey. I bought a pint of I bought a pint of beer. It was an Asahi, so it was a Japanese beer at this place I was at the other day in one of my videos, and it cost 269 baht. I'm like, holy crap! Because I asked her, I'm looking at the menu, and it was like happy hour, and I'm looking at the prices for draft beer, and I could have got a bottle for 130 baht, which is a little higher, about 20 baht higher than you normally would pay down on Sukhumvit. But I saw the draft was like 150 or 160. I was like, oh, that's not bad. But it was only half a pint, or like 330 milliliters instead of the 500. But she asked small or large, and I said large. And they brought out the 500 or 550 milliliters, and it was 269 baht. So it was a little pricey, but neat area though. It was really neat area. So I'll go there every once in a while, but I won't go there every night. I did have a pizza there. It was pretty good. 4-slice, like 8-inch pizza, and it was a good pizza. And it was like 350 baht, something like that. Don't worry about someone stealing your phone when using the gimbal. Oh, don't I worry? No, nah, not here. No, in the Philippines, when I would be walking in busy areas in Metro Manila, I would hold my phone on the inside so it wouldn't be along the street. But here, I don't worry. No, I've never worried about any of that stuff. In fact, I leave my bag. Like I'll go find, like this is my gear bag, which I've left like 3 different occasions here in Bangkok. And every time I've gone back, it's been there. So what I'll do is I'll find a place to sit, and I'll just put my bag there. Then I'll go order my food or my drink or whatever and come back, and it's always there. I've left my gimbal with my phone on the tripod. I've left it on the table there and gotten beer and come back, and it's always there. So I've never had a problem with it. Rather you than me looks like a very challenging language. Yeah, it's getting there. But my feeling is if I can learn at least a little bit and understand the language and learn to speak the language, then I'm doing okay, I think. How well is your air conditioning working in your place? I'm a little leery of the non-mini split AC. Afraid it will cost a turd ton of money. I don't know yet. I haven't got my bill, but this one is like inside, like built in, and then I've got the split aircon in my bedroom. The nice thing about this one is automatic, so when the temperature hits to what do you have it set at, it'll shut off. So I like that. So it's not constantly running. But I'll let you know what the bill is. I had a dream actually the other night that I got my bill and it was like 35,000 baht. It's like, holy crap. I hope that's not going to come true. Anyway, Polish was extremely challenging for me. Okay. Zien Dobre, everyone. Good morning in Polish. Oh, that's good morning in Polish. Interesting. If you are a handsome heterosexual man, I wouldn't recommend Saladeng if you don't mind the unwanted attention from queer men disregard. Well, only that one street, that one street, but everything else around it is fine. It's pronounced Jin Dobre. Jin Dobre. Oh, cool. If you got a spare tire, I have the whole car. But I was in bed a lot for a while. I got the new hip this past February. Oh, good. How are you getting around now then? My sister had knee surgery. She's like 77 years old now and extremely overweight. So she had to get knee replacement. Now you know how to say good morning in Polish. I'll forget it as soon as I've already forgotten it. So Yes, I heard there is a naval base in Pensacola. Yeah. Snorton Bore. Oh, hey, Jeff, did you get a chance to talk with your agent yet? Eager Expats agent, too hottie named Stella. Is she yours too? Is that the same Stella that owns the bar? Stella, I know Stella that owns Stella's Secret Bar. She's a sweetheart. She's really nice. She's very pretty. But I did ask her, and she says maybe next month she would be able to do these tours on video with me. She says she's super busy this month, so hopefully next month we can start doing maybe one a month or maybe two a month. Did you ever meet Ask an Expat when you lived in BGC? No, I don't think so. Ask an Expat. Do you know what his name is? Let me see. Let me hang on a second. Let me check his channel out. Ask an Expat. Ask an Expat. Oh, shoot. I can't spell. Ask an Expat. Here we go. Okay, let me check. Oh, you know what? I may have met him one time. I think he actually came to one of my meet and greets there, if I remember. He looks very familiar, but I don't really watch his channel. To be honest, I don't watch hardly any YouTubers in the Philippines anymore. I'm just not interested in what's going on there. $260 for a Japanese beer. No thanks. Yeah, exactly. That's a one and done deal. I'll do the bottles from now on if I go there. Less planning to living in country long time. I really don't think it's worth the effort learning low utility languages that limited to a single country. Yeah, could be right. And less planning to live in country long time. I really don't think it's worth the effort learning low utility. Didn't you just say that? Well, I'm living here a long time, so that's why I want to learn it. But yeah, if you're just visiting, you don't need to learn the language. I mean, learn a few phrases. Hey, just got here. Okay. Hey, welcome aboard. Have you visited the golf simulator close to you? And if so, what did you think about it? So the last video I did, that's still on the members page. I went across the street and upstairs. There's this some golf club it's called or something like that. So they've got a coffee shop. I don't know if they serve alcohol or not, but they got this outdoor place where everybody sits in this really neat area. It's kind of a long balcony, and you can overlook the neighborhood, which is a really neat neighborhood. But behind it is like these golf simulator rooms. There's like 4 or 5 of them. And so you can book the room and do the golf simulator thing. So I need to find out how much it is, because I definitely want to check it out. And maybe I'll do, when I do that, I'll do a video from there, let you see it. But it looks pretty cool. Yep. That's my nightmare, 35,000 baht electric bill. And now where to buy bologna. Bologna, oh my gosh. I just recently came across your channel, or his channel. He seems like a nice guy that knows what he's talking about. Yeah. I've seen a couple of his videos a while back before I moved here, actually. I think the guy that always worries about being hit on by gays might want to ask himself why. When your language school is over, who tests you? Immigration, and how long is it? Also, who would I inquire about Thai boxing or cooking visa? Well, like my school does a like a Muay Thai boxing class. So you can go through them, or I would just Google Thai schools that teach cooking and Muay Thai. But it's a little different than the language one. you actually have to. It's almost like doing a DTV. You have to actually show a certain amount of money in your bank account. I think 500,000 baht in your. It doesn't have to be a Thai bank account. It could be your home bank account. But yeah, but yeah, you can just. I would just Google and you can find all kinds of schools that do that. And as far as the language school, I don't think there's a test at the end. When you go to immigration to extend your visa, they check your attendance. So they make sure that you're still attending classes, and then that's how you get your extension. In my experience, the biggest scammers in the Philippines are dubious YouTubers with BS information. I could mention a few notables, but I won't. Oh, come on. Please do. Let me know. Inquiring minds want to know. But yeah, you're right. The ones that come to mind are the ones that are always say they're raising money for a cause. We're raising money for the typhoon victims, or we're raising money for the earthquake victims, or I'm raising money for school children to get school supplies, blah, blah, blah. And first of all, it's illegal to do that. You have to go through the government to get a permit. So that's illegal. Secondly, they're probably pocketing all, or most, if not all, that money that they make. Was your language school in the background of Beers with the Boys? No, that was a different one. That was one I never really looked into. That was a different language school. Mine is over on a Ramen 9, right like 4 blocks by the Central Ramen Mall. Hey, Ace Bachelor Tom. JJ, who are you raising money for? I'm not raising money for anybody. I'm raising money for me. You're more than welcome to give, but I don't need it. But yeah, if you want to buy me a coffee or whatever, yeah, hit the thumbs up, guys, please. That would be great. Let me see. We got 32 on. And how many thumbs up do we have? I don't know. Give me a like. That's all I care about. there's a YouTuber in Canada, and he doesn't live here or anything. He doesn't do content like I do. He does political content, and he's a conservative in Canada, which is a rarity from what I understand. But he's really funny because he'll do reaction videos, and he'll sit there in he's got like a mobile home or a trailer, and he'll sit there and he'll say, hit that like button and subscribe. That's all I care about. He's very cynical, but he's pretty funny. Hello from Oregon. Hey, Casey. Thanks for coming on board this morning, or this evening for you, Saturday night. I forgot the thumb. Yeah. Give me a thumbs up or a finger up or whatever. I don't care. I would say one guy that does give great information is Mike from Our Philippine Journey. The bald guy, yeah, gives great information on medical issues. Yeah, I met him. The one and only time I was in Anglo City, I met him. We had breakfast, lunch, whatever. But yeah, he's a nice guy. I like him. He's one of the good guys. So how far is Ramen 9 from your area in Prompong? It's 2 stops from. So I just go down to the Prompong BTS, and then I get on there and I go to Asok, which is 1 stop, and then I get on the MRT and go 2 stops to the Ramen 9. So it takes me about, instead of an hour and 20 minutes from where I lived before, it takes me about 20 minutes to get to school now, and only costs me about 1/5 of what it was costing me before. So just watched part of Sick Grandpa's video. He just went off on Gio pretty bad. This guy's a piece of shit, and hope he goes away forever. He even went after Ace. This guy's, I watched one of his videos and he was talking about, who was it? Somebody, Jim Jim's Asian Adventure or something like that. Um, and he was just going off on him. And at the end of his rant, I don't know if you know who he is, but he gets really close to his camera, and his view is his point of view is like up his nose, and he gets really close, and he was just ranting about this guy, and he was spitting, and snot was running down his nose, and it was just he was. I mean, literally, he looked like he was crazy. He looked like he needed to be committed. So the guy's off the nut. Something's wrong with him. Hey, Bobby, thanks for the super sticker. I appreciate it, buddy. There's my coffee. YouTubers, Canadian News, Clinton, Jaws, guy you were talking about. Oh, okay. All right. Retired RCMP, Royal Canadian Mounted Police. Yeah, he's got the uniform behind him. Yeah, he's a funny guy. I think he's funny. Even if you don't agree with his political, leanings, he's funny because he's so cynical. Just really dry humor. Everyone loves Sick Grandpa. Yeah. I would say that of the 1,000 views that he gets per video, I would say 950 of them or 970 of them probably don't like him or don't subscribe to him. They just watch him because they're waiting for him to go off off his nut. And he probably has 30 loyal friends that think he's great. But how can anybody think somebody like that? Ricky has PTSD. He definitely has issues. Yeah, he's got something wrong with him. He's not all there. You kind of feel bad for him, but then his whole shtick is just attacking other YouTubers, and basically, the things he attacks other YouTubers for, he does. So I watched a video the other day. This guy, he's like showing videos of Ricky in Thailand making out with a ladyboy, and so it's weird. Sick Grandpa ain't got too many expats left to rant about over there. Everybody is leaving. Yeah, exactly. JG even mentioned to you a few times he is going to force someone to snap and go after him for real. Sick Grandpa days are coming. Yeah, I'm afraid that's going to happen with him. And you don't want that, and I've seen he's ranted about me and I just ignore it. I mean, it's funny if it means somebody's going to see him talking about me and check out my channel, all the better for me. So, but yeah, I'm afraid that, like especially this Jim's Asia Adventures or whatever the name of his channel is, those two guys hate each other. And I'm just afraid that one of these days they're going to come across each other and it's not going to end well for somebody. And you don't want that for anybody. So Sick Grandpa raises my ratings. Yeah, exactly. It's like Howard Stern. You ever see the Howard Stern movie? And me being a radio guy, I watched that, and I'm not a big Howard Stern fan, but I love that movie because it's really accurate. And part of the movie was they wanted to fire Howard Stern because they were getting all this hate mail, but they looked at his ratings, and he's number one in the market. And they look at him, and it's like half his listeners listen because they love him, half the listeners listen because they hate him, but that makes him number one. So maybe that's what Sick Grandpa's going for. Let's see. Asian Adventures with Jim is a clown. Ricky is heading back to Europe soon. Oh, he is. Well, he's in Kuala Lumpur right now, right? He was in Thailand for a while. I'm kind of surprised I didn't run into him, but oh well. Fart Man. Yeah, that was one of Stern's big things was either during the Grammys or one of the awards. He did that Fart Man routine. Funny. Well, it wasn't that funny, but YouTuber Cal talks a lot about Ramen 9, so I'll have to put that in area to look at with Prom Pong, your area. Yeah, I think Cal lives in that Ramen 9 area. I looked at getting a condo there because it would be really close to my school, before I got this one. But there's just, to me, there's just not that much around there. One of the times I stayed in Bangkok before I moved here, I stayed in that Ramanine area, and there's a neat club area called Route 66, and they got a neat club there. They got a really neat karaoke bar in that same area, but it's a bit of a walk from Ramanine. But I liked Ramanine because that's where John Fairs used to be until they closed it down. They moved it up the road a couple of stops. But just to me, there's just not. It's very, very sterile. You got the mall, and you got across from Ramanine Mall, you've got Fortune Town, which is a really neat mall. You can get a lot of discount clothes, and it's a tech mall too, so you can get really cheap techie stuff. And if you're a DJ, if you like the DJ stuff, turntables and the mixers and all that, they got a couple of really cool stores there that sells that. But they don't have any like local neighborhood type things like you see on Sukhumvit. At least I didn't see anything. So it was kind of, to me, it was kind of sterile and didn't really have that neat neighborhood vibe that you get here. Jim is going after sick grandpa, and when it's over, they are going to really crack down on expats. It only takes one idiot to make things bad for everyone. Yeah, exactly. In that case, you have two idiots. So maybe. Sick grandpa always has the homeless crackhead look. Well, man, he did a video here in Bangkok maybe a week or so ago, and he was sweating. I mean, it literally looked like he was going to have a stroke. I mean, he looked bad. I mean, worse than normal. So I miss David Letterman. Off topic, LOL, Brian thing, I guess. Oh, brain thing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I miss good late night talk shows. They're all bad now. They all went so political. Route 66 burned down last month? Really? Seriously? I had not heard that. Wow. Now, in the Philippines, they would say, okay, it burned down because they were losing money, so the owner just burned it to the ground so they could get out from under it. I did not hear that. That's crazy. Let me look it up. It says it opens at 9. Of course, you never know in Southeast Asia. They never update their Google info. Let me look. I'm looking. Fire. Stand by, guys. A fire occurred in a warehouse at the Route 66 nightclub in Bangkok on October 6th, but did not spread to the main venue. Okay. Firefighters quickly brought the blaze under control, and there were no serious injuries. The fire involved materials stored in the warehouse, including those used for the nightclub's decoration. So, okay, so nightclub's still open. So check it out. I'm not a big club guy. I was when I first moved to the Philippines. When I was working and before I had a girlfriend, I used to go to the clubs a lot in Makati, and went to Malate a time or two, to Koreatown there. Been to Quezon City. I was not impressed with Quezon City clubs. I met him in BKK 3 years ago. Actually, a very nice guy. That's just an image on YouTube in Soy. Okay. I have seen a lot of Indians on Soy 6, and even have some clubs there. What's going on? Well, that area there, Soy 5, Soy 6. Are you talking Soy 6 in Pattaya? Is that what you're talking about? There's a lot of Indians in Pattaya. But Soy 5 in Sukhumvit, that's a big Indian area there. So you'll see a lot of Indians there. When are you doing your impression of sick grandpa, JJ? I don't think I will. Wow, JJ, you're learning stuff in your chat. I know, right? 35,000 baht is $1,000. Who has that large of an electric bill unless you're growing pot or mining crypto? Well, like I said, it was a dream. It wasn't real. So, yeah. He's on anger management pills and he's mixing them with Viagra and alcohol. That's extremely dangerous. He did a live stream a few weeks ago and he had all these pills on the bed with a load of money. I saw that video, but are you sure that was anger management pills or I don't know. I know he said it was all Viagra, which is weird. Why would you advertise that? Depending on the view I have from my place, I may get some DJ stuff again. Oh, cool. Yeah. Or go to a Fortune Town Mall. They've got a couple of really neat stores there. They got a couple of record stores there too. I have not looked inside there to see if there's English albums. They got vinyl, so I don't know if they have English albums or if it's all Thai or what it is. They've got so they got the DJ stores, they got the vinyl stores, and they got music stores. So like buy guitars there. So I might buy a guitar again. Sick Grandpa is Thai. In Thai is Kun Pupu. Why? Kun Pupu. Why? Okay, hey, we're caught up on chat. Wow, we've had a good chat session. We covered a lot of things. What else is going on, guys? Football season is coming to an end. Last week or next week is the last week of regular season. My team is now 7-4. Got to play Iowa next week at home. Hopefully they can pull one out and finish 8-4 in the regular season and get a decent bowl game. USC's pretenders. They're no longer in the conversation. Who else? Missouri, they're done. They're 8-4 now, or 7-4. Who else? I was told by another ex-military guy that he spent time in Guantanamo. I don't know if that is BS or not. That you're talking about Sick Grandpa? Let's talk about Gio's new laptop again. Yeah, right. That guy, he went all Apple. He's got the laptop with all the stuff that goes with it. He's got he bought an iPhone. He's got the Apple Watch. I mean, he went all out. I'm not going that route. Too expensive for my blood. Thank God football is almost over. Ready for Razorback basketball. Oh, okay. Nebraska basketball, man. They're 6-0 now, undefeated. They just won the tournament down in Kansas City. They beat Kansas State at the very end. It was a really good game. How many hours per day do you study Thai? About an hour a day during the week, and then my Thai classes. So what I usually do is I get to the school like an hour before class starts, and then I'll study, just kind of go over the last class stuff. I need to study more, but I just don't. I don't find the time to do it, or just don't get motivated enough to do it. So Thailand is no longer the cheap destination it once was. No offense to Thailand, just chatting here. No, I wouldn't say that. I mean, you can still live cheap. You can do anything you want cheap. I just choose to live within my budget, and my budget is a little more than what a lot of YouTubers do. So I don't go all out, but you can live cheap. You can, like where I was before. I was living, I was paying $370 a month for rent. I had free Wi-Fi. My utilities were only about 400 baht a month, which is about $12, $15 a month. I would eat Thai food, street food, 3, 4 times a day. So I would rarely, I mean, I think I think my expenses were maybe 1,300 a month. That does not include transportation, travel, like if I went somewhere. But 1,300 a month, so you can live pretty easy for that if you wanted to. Now I choose to upgrade a little bit where I'm at now. So, but I wouldn't say, and why would there be a fence that you couldn't live cheap in Thailand? Why would anybody be offended by that? I don't know. You're trying to trigger somebody. How do you pay for your rent with Wise card? Yeah, I use Wise Transfer, and that's how I pay my rent every month. Do those Apple iTags work over there in the Philippines or Thailand? I don't know. I don't do the Apple thing, but I think they do. But somebody maybe on chat can give me can answer that better than me. Can I ask what your current total monthly budget is now? So I will do a video once I get all my bills for this month in. I will do another video and tell you exactly what my updated expenses are, and then I'll do that video so that you guys know what I spend by the month. The problem is not the cost of living. The problem is their residency visas. Yeah. So right now I'm on an education visa. So I pay 1,900 baht a month to extend, or 1,900 baht every 3 months to extend, which is about $55. So it's not that bad for every 3 months. And then after my education visa is done, I will get a retirement visa, just a regular retirement visa. I used to do 40 plus hours of study a week in college for 6 years. Tough going. Yeah. I mean, when I was in college, I remember that far back, I did a lot of studying. After your latest upgrades. Do you spend the same on food after moving to Prompong? Yes, mostly. Once in a while, I'll probably splurge maybe once every other week, once or twice, maybe 3 times a month. I'll probably spend a little more than I did before, just because I'm in an area now, a neighborhood now that's more expensive. So I might treat myself and eat at a more expensive place. Like today, I'll go to Central World Mall and I'll eat at Nom Nom, which is a pasta place, and it's really, really good, but it's a little higher price. So I'll probably spend $15, $20 on a meal there today if I go all out. Like the last time I was there, I got a bowl of mushroom soup, which was amazing, and I got a pasta dinner, and I think I don't know if I got water or just got juice or some sort of like a fruity drink or something like that. Anyway, it cost $21 was the cost. Today I'll go there. I probably won't eat that much. I'll probably either just get the soup or the pasta, one or the other. So it'll probably end up costing me about $12, $13, maybe 15 if I get a drink to go with it. But that's my Sunday meal. And then this Thanksgiving, I'll spend more on the buffet. The Thanksgiving buffet, the buffet will be 1,000 baht, 1,070 baht, but it's all you can eat. So I'll stuff myself and I won't eat it all next week. I would like to live in Ari. Is that a good place to live? I've heard it was. I will do a video there if you like. I will walk through that neighborhood, but I heard it's an up and coming place for expats. So I've heard good things about it. There's actually an apartment complex, like a low-rise complex that I really liked. And I thought about moving there, but it's just a little too far out of the way for me being here. But the complex was really neat. The pictures I saw were amazing. But I may try to do a video there for you. As soon as I get to Thailand, I'll basically have double the amount of buying power. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if you're coming from the US, you will definitely. Hey, Dave, Thailand doesn't seem like a great place for dating if the women are always busy or whatever the reason is. Well, you can find, like, if you look up in the provinces in the Isan area, maybe you can find girls that aren't working. But for me, I would rather find a girl that's working. So when she's working, I can do my thing. I can do my YouTube stuff or do my, you know, alone time. I like my alone time, whether I'm dating somebody or not. And then we can have those, occasional evenings together and the weekends together and do that. But right now, it hasn't got to a point where I'm dating somebody that we would get into a steady relationship where we have that relationship where, I've got my alone time, she's got her work time, and then we have the weekends together or evenings, or maybe she's living with me, kind of like when I was dating my girlfriend in BGC back in the Philippines. She worked days. I did my thing during the day. She'd get home about 7 or 8 at night, and then we'd have every evening together. And then we'd have the weekend, because she would be off on weekends. We'd have that whole Saturday night, Sunday thing. But you can probably do something like that, but you got to get into that. You got to get that far in the relationship first before you get to there. I never triggered anybody, JJ. I said cheap, so no offense by that intended. Oh, okay. Nebraska should beat Iowa next week. Keep the faith. God, I hope so. It's going to be so disappointed. Would you do paperwork on your next retirement visa or find an agent? Joe said his was easy, but a headache at the same time. So he said 200 to 300 would be money well spent. So if it's easy and a headache, how is that possible? How can it be easy and a headache? $200 or $300 US dollars. Yeah, I don't know yet. I haven't quite decided. I'll figure it out in a year. What route I want to go. I'm guessing I'll go with the agent just to make things a little easier for me. Now, my education visa, my school did all the paperwork. They did everything for me. All I had to do was show up in immigration. They handed me the paperwork. I went through the line, paid my $2,000, got my stamp. Everything was easy peasy. So it would be nice if I could find somebody that would do that easy a work for me. Do you know any old timers, or do you hang out with newcomers like yourself? I have a friend that's lived here. I've a couple of friends that I've met. One that's lived here for like 8 years. He's in a group of friends I have. I got another friend. He's an Aussie friend. He's lived here for 20 years. And then I've got some newcomers, some people that have lived here less than I have, some people that are about the same amount of time. So I've got a nice group. Dave Travel, I think you are right. And the dating pool is often pushing 42. I'm not seeing it. Are you here? I would be interested to know. Well, I want to see receipts, in other words, because my personal experience, first of all, I don't date anybody under 30. I don't have any interest in dating anybody under 30, although I have before, but I found that I have zero in common other than the physical beauty that 20-some-year-old girl brings. But my wheelhouse would be like 35 to 45. So what is wrong with somebody pushing 40? How old are you, XP Zaz? How old are you? And why is somebody that's 40 not appealing to you? That would be my question. Where's Marty Pohl tonight? He sounds like he found a nice gal from the speed dating site. Oh yeah, Marty. Marty's one of the guys I told you about that's lived here for like 8 years. I have a good balance with my fiance. We both work, have our space, which is very important to me. There has to be boundaries in a relationship, in my opinion. Smothering each other isn't good. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Have a great weekend, or have a great week, JJ. Happy Thanksgiving. You too, Steve. Have a great Thanksgiving. Thanks for the live. Hey, you're welcome. Thanks for stopping in. We'll be in BKK in August. Awesome. Um, you'll be right at the beginning of the rainy season. And it'll be warm. Menopause is not appealing. So when I'm sorry, well, maybe so, but so what are you looking for? What's your age? You're 52. Okay. Your fiance is 35. Couldn't date a 20 something. Okay. So what's wrong with 40? What's the difference between dating somebody that's 35 and dating somebody that's 40? Menopause doesn't hit at 45. Menopause doesn't hit until like 55 or 60, except for in rare occasions. So are you gonna dump your girlfriend when she hits menopause? Nothing personal, but I don't think you do have the physical beauty in common with the 20 no, not me. No, I'm talking strictly the other way around. My physical beauty is the size of my wallet for a 20 something. That would be the physicality that they're looking for. All right. All right, we're caught up. Oh wait, no, we're not. Hang on just a second. Yes, if I date anyone, going to have to be over 40. Yeah, I think 30s is good. Like the girl I dated here was 32. Um, I would say most of the girls I would date here would be 35 plus. Perimenopause can start in the late 40s. So what are you going to do? Trade her in for a new model? I was just stating the age gap. I wasn't saying anything. Just no, you're fine. I could take it. Like I said, I have a face for radio. I guess I could date 220s. There you go. and let's see, you can date a 10 if you get 2 5s together, right? I guess guys think a girl stays the same age in Thailand. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. So when people retire overseas and get a retirement visa, what happens when you get too old to take care of yourself and or the legal issues to stay current and up to date? Would you have to go home? That's a good question. They do here in Thailand. They do have senior facilities like nursing homes or senior, what do they call that, care facilities that you could live in and be taken care of. And it's not really that expensive. So I think that's probably the route I would look into taking if I didn't have to go home, if I didn't have to go back home. I'm going to trade her in for 2 25-year-olds. There you go. There's your thinking. Someone to push my wheelchair in a few years. Right. Are you ever planning to come back to the States? If not, have you seen an attorney to set up a trust? I will go back to visit. I'm not going to live. I don't have any plans to go back to live there, but you never know. I mean, you never say never. But I will go back. I have to go back sometime next year, probably when my education is finished. I'll go back and take care of some personal items. But I don't have any plans to do anything else. Have you tried the avocado mango smoothie at the mall that Gio likes yet? I have not. Sounds good, though. I think you get old a lot slower as an expat. I think you get old a lot slower. I think if I was still in the States and still working, I wouldn't be as healthy as I am now. I would age quicker, I think, because of stress. Being out here, it's pretty much stress free. I have no worries. I have zero worries. My biggest worry is, oh, I need to edit this video so I can get it out on my channel. That's my biggest worry. Or, what topic should I do next? Those are stress. That's stress-free worry. So you are absolutely right. I think we age slower here than we would if we were still in the States with all the crap that's going on there. So yeah, I think you're absolutely right there. I'm enjoying life, guys. I don't know about you guys, but I'm enjoying my coffee. I need to get a real coffee maker though. This is the instant stuff, which isn't bad, but it's still instant. Fountain of Youth is the way to go. Yeah. Who was the guy? What was his name? Digamo or whatever. That supposedly discovered the Fountain of Youth. But he was looking in the wrong place. It's here. It's in Thailand. It's in Southeast Asia. It's not in South America or wherever the hell he was, Central America. I'll probably never live in Ireland again. The country has changed so much. I'll always visit because I have family ties. Yeah, isn't that sad? That's kind of how I feel about the U.S. It's just changed so much, and I don't know. I think it's to a point of no return. To quote Kansas, I don't think it's ever going to go back to the way I remember, the way I love America, which is sad to think. But a lot of countries are like that. Back home, life expectancy keeps going down. Wow, it's crazy. Aren't you worried about failing your language class? No, I'm not, because I don't think they don't test you at the end and like you need to pass this or you won't, whatever. What are they going to do? Because at the end, there's nowhere else to go. So it's not like you're graduating to another school, and they're not going to, if they fail you, it's not like, oh, we're going to revoke your education visa because you're done. So your education visa is done anyway. So I think they just want to help and hopefully you learn enough to get by, and that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to be drinking all the watermelon smoothies. You and one of my best friends' girlfriend in the Philippines, she loves watermelon. Everything watermelon she loves. How is the air quality? I heard BKK. It's pretty good right now. Come the first part of the year, January, February, it can get bad because you've got the burning season up north and all that stuff gets down here sometimes. So it can be bad, but it's been really nice. The weather, guys, this is the best time to come out because the rainy season's over now and we're at the beginning of high season, but the temperatures are perfect. It rarely gets above 80 now. Like today, it'll get to 85. Okay. But it'll get down to 70 at night. So like the low tonight, 71. High today, 85. Low tonight, 71. This Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, high of 78, low of 67. Saturday, high of 80, low of 65. It's going to be beautiful. I have my windbreaker jacket. I might have to pull my jacket out if I'm out at night during those nights because it might feel a little chilly, and 0% of precipitation. So it's going to be beautiful out, guys. Now, as far as air quality, let me see if there's. I think air quality is moderate. It's 86. So it's not ideal, but it's not horrible. So if you get above like 150, then that's not good. But right now it's at 86. So it's not horrible. So the grass pollen's good, the weed pollen's good, the tree pollen's good. So my allergies are going to be in good shape. So yeah, yeah, that I think Bangkok and Thailand gets kind of a bad rap for having bad air quality. Um, there are days and are times of the year where it does get bad, but it's not always that like that. So, do you fear getting sick by eating out? No, I don't really. I did get sick a couple of weeks ago. I got the stomach flu. I'm not sure where it was from. I hadn't eaten any street food that week, so it wasn't that. Um, just some bacteria, some random bacteria I picked up, and I was sick for about a week. But that's the first time I've ever gotten sick since I've been in Bangkok. And I've gotten sick a couple of times in the Philippines and Vietnam, but never here. So I don't know. I really don't worry about it. Now I avoid. Here's what I avoid. I avoid buying sushi at like 7-Elevens or street food sushi. I'll avoid that. I want to see my food cooked. So anyway, let's see. Ace Bachelor Tom, anyone who fails should never give up, no matter what. Learning language is designed to be hard, in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, anything that's foreign to what what you're used to and what you learned as a child is going to be hard, like learning another language. It seems like the entire continent of Europe is gone socialist, the road to communism. Did you see that Congress had a vote on denouncing socialism, and 86 Democrats voted against that vote? Okay, so all right, so we're a democracy, or I guess we're a capitalist nation, and socialism is the against capitalism. So if you're in a capitalist nation, you're voting for socialism. So I thought that was interesting. Thailand is definitely the fountain of youth. I moved here when I was 23, and I'm a young 71 now. Wow, you've been here 48 years. 40, is that right? Wow. That's awesome. So you're the village Farang. That's cool. That's great. Well, I'm glad you're tuning in. I'm a youngster then. I've only been here 1 year, but I've been visiting for almost 4 now. So I learn something new every day. That's what I love about living here in Thailand. It was really funny when I first moved here. Sick grandpa said he trolled me on his channel. He said, you just cut 20 years off your life span or something like that. Like he was suggesting that moving to Thailand, I'm going to die soon. How was the America that you remember so fondly? Are you referring to the cost of living there now? The cost of living, the fact that people got along with each other, even if you had opposite views politically, you could still be friends and family members. It's almost like a civil war now. If you have a differing opinion politically than somebody else, then you can't like that person, or they can't like you. And that's, to me, that is not the America I grew up in. So that's what makes me sad. You can, to me, it's like we can talk politics. I assume I really wouldn't rather not, because of the current climate. Because if you differ in opinion, then you're ostracized. You become evil. You're demonized. And but I used to like talking politics before, and I would love to talk to somebody that has a differing opinion and have a civil conversation, but it seems like that's impossible now. I'm from Oregon, so rain is okay. Yeah. How many days out of the year does it rain there? Well, have a good day, night, everybody. Headphones are dead. Okay, Bobby. Go charge those headphones. That's very pleasant weather. Yeah, it's going to be great. I mean, it's amazing here. Unusual cold spell this year. Yeah, I'm enjoying it though. I'm enjoying it. I have 46 years of experience being 21. That's why I tell. That's what I tell my Osama. Awesome. Do you use the amenities in your condo like the gym, the pool? Did you think you would? Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I don't use the pool much. I go out there. I'll go out there and I'll probably do some videos at the poolside, but I'm not a big swimmer. I don't swim. Um, I may go out there and take a dip there if it's hot, but right now the weather's great, so I have no reason to cool off in the pool. But I'll use the gym. The gym's nice. I like it. So yeah, and they have a co-working space that I might go down once I get my laptop died on me. So I want to price laptops today at the mall, and I might when I get a laptop, I might go up to the co-working space and do some work there with my laptop. Up north, it's downright chilly in the mornings these days. Where, excuse me, whereabouts are you up north? Are you in Eson area? Man, coffee gives me burps, makes me burp. When I get really old, I'll just hire a nurse with benefits. Yeah, I'm sure they have that. Why not? Hire a young, beautiful Thai language tutor. I heard that's the best way to learn. Like I said, I would be distracted. I probably wouldn't learn anything. Do you have health insurance? Is it expensive for a 60-year-old? I have the travel insurance that I have that I pay every month for, and it's $173 a month. But I need to find something that's more permanent before I hit 70, because I won't be able to. The travel insurance you can't get when you're over 70, so I'll get permanent insurance at that point. To answer Craig Rosetta, I've seen a video YouTuber with great info on that subject. Side Trip Live channel, very good rates. Oh, right. Yeah, Side Trip Life's a good channel. Megaterra Nova, no, it costs nothing after 60 because you get nothing, no health insurance at all. That's not true. Do any of your friends in Thailand want to talk U.S. politics with you? I tell them right up front, I won't talk politics. And when they start, I'll say, Rob, I told you I don't want to talk politics. Rob is on the other spectrum of me, political. So when he starts talking about stuff like that, I said, Rob, I'll talk about anything you want. I don't want to talk politics. And then we joke about it. 80s and 90s US was a good time. Absolutely. Yeah. True communism is fine. The problem is that as soon as a country becomes communist, the leader turns the country into a dictatorship, and a dictatorship is the opposite of communism. Okay. So I did see a video the other day. It might have been a YouTube short. And this guy he lives in Thailand, but he was in Shanghai. And I've always wanted to go to Shanghai. It just looks like a really cool place. And he was talking about how the U.S. lies to you about communism in China. He says, look at the infrastructure and look at the buildings. It literally, Shanghai looked like something out of a futuristic movie. It looked amazing. And then you think back to the U.S. and the infrastructure there and how the bridges and the roads are falling apart and how it just looks horrible. And then you think, wow, that's crazy. So I definitely want to go to Shanghai, especially after watching that short. It looked pretty amazing. Thailand has socialized national health care and social safety net for Thai citizens. Also strong anti-communist history, right? Well, you look at Vietnam and, they're a communist country, but you wouldn't know it by looking at it. And with, what we grew up thinking what communist countries are. Yeah. So Thank you. I'm going to check them out. Thanks. Awesome. Has JJ considered doing a midweek stream at this time? Is when UFC fights are on, except for today. They were in Qatar. I did one Wednesday night. I did one, and I had problems with my audio mic. I was on location. I was down in Phrom Phong at Laughing Tiger. I did it with Geo, but I couldn't get my wireless mics to work, so it was a fail. But I'll do it again. I monitor American politics for my job, and it is concerning the level of division in the country. Florida seems to be the only place that isn't affected. Yeah, it's crazy. I've lived in Shanghai for the last 18 years, but I lived in Bangkok for 30. Wow, cool. Well, it's so different, Shanghai compared to Bangkok, I assume. I've never been to Shanghai, but I've kind of want to go there this year. But what's the difference? And what do you like? What's the pros and cons of each? That's what I would ask you. Social security is socialism. Yeah, it is a form. Well, FDR was basically a socialist president. You're welcome, Craig. Multiple companies offer health insurance past 60. Right. Yeah, absolutely. It's when you hit 70, that's when you get into trouble. Because then it's really hard to find something. So you want to get locked in with a company before you hit 70. That way you can continue, as long as you keep paying your premiums, you can continue to be insured. JJ, I got a used IBM ThinkPad for $79 and put Linux on it. Linux, wow. So you don't like you're not a Windows guy, you're a Linux guy. I don't know very many. There's some companies will use Linux, but I don't know many individuals that use Linux. All right, let's see. How far are we into this? We're almost 2 hours in. Wow, hour and 42 minutes in. That's awesome. Time flies. As the spider says, time's fun when you're having flies. Bum. That's a dad joke for those of you that don't recognize that. Let's see. I was going to talk about my 1 year here and the pros and cons of living here in Bangkok, Thailand for 1 year. Not a lot of cons, other than the fact that, so the first part of it, I had to kind of manipulate my stays because I was still on that tourist visa. But once I got the education visa, now that stress level has gone way down, because you never know with the way things are. If you're on a Thai tourist visa here and you leave the country and you come back, you just never know if they're going to let you back in. It's kind of interesting. But I never had any problems because when I left, I always left for an extended period of time, at least 3 or 4 weeks before I came back. So I always got, and then I had a new passport. So I don't know if they just looked at the passport and saw I didn't have very many stamps in it, or if they actually look and see what your history is as far as entering the country. I don't know, but I had no problem getting back in. So, but I don't have to worry about it now. 13 years in Land of Smiles, got food poisoning twice. Got it more often in the U.S. Yeah, I was sick a lot in the U.S. I was sick a lot in the Philippines too. I think part of the reason was just the stress level from my work. Once I retired back in 2023, my stress level went away, and I didn't get sick very much because I was getting sick a lot when I was working. I was watching clips of the BlackBerry movie yesterday. Once upon a time, they were the kings. Oh, BlackBerry. I had a BlackBerry when I was working in finance. It seemed like that's the thing to do. Everybody had a BlackBerry. You had the little ball and you scrolled. I still got it. It's a really neat looking phone. It's probably in storage back in the US. Time flies for sure. I usually fall asleep watching Ern's streams. I haven't watched her for a long time. I don't think she has her coffee shop anymore. She never does streams from there anymore, so I don't know. Um, but her streams all kind of are the same now, so I don't know. There's no reason for me. It's all centered around what a Thai girl is looking for in a foreign guy, what a foreign guy needs to do to get a good Thai girl. It's all centered around that. That's kind of her niche. Um, and that's not, I'm really not into finding those things out. So let's see, Thai immigration cracked down on visa runs several years ago, but now recently started stricter enforcement. They have published rules now. Yeah. Yeah, I think they're trying to get rid of the uh, the um, the lower life or the lower quality of Thai of foreign visitors to Thailand. Um, so they're saying you can only extend twice in a calendar year, which kind of was always the case, but they would kind of let that go depending if you did land visa runs or flying out of the country and coming back. So yeah, it's I think they've gotten a lot more strict. Also, abuse of ed visas comes and goes. Current announced enforcement in response to mainly Chinese criminals and money laundering. Yeah, so the thing with the ed visas, they're cracking down on people here on an education visa that are working. That's a no-no. You can't come here on an education visa and work. You need to come here and do your education. So if you're not doing that and you're working, that's a no-no. And if they catch you, you're going to get deported and blacklisted. I think stress played a big part in my sinusitis last month. I had to take antibiotics to clear it up. Yeah, I that's the biggest thing with me now is my allergies. So I got my allergy pills, my Zyrtec. If I take that every day, then I keep it under wraps. I keep it okay. But if I miss, or if the certain levels of like dust or mold or grass or tree allergies are up, then that can affect me. So tourist visa is for tourists. Few tourists stay a month. Right. I mean, there are some, I argue that there are some people that come here on a tourist visa that like to travel up and down the countryside, and maybe do motorbike trips in the mountains and then do the Koh Samui and Phuket snorkeling and things like that. And so maybe they need to stay here more than a month or 2 months, So you do have those type of tourists, but yeah, you're right. If you want to stay long term, don't stay on a tourist visa. Get a regular visa so you can stay. Can you open a Thai bank account on an education visa? So I went in. So I told my school last week. I said I want to open up a Thai bank account. So they said, okay. So this is what's great about my school. They did all the paperwork, which is about 12 pages of paperwork. They photocopied my passport and all the pages I needed. So, and what you have to do is you have to specify in the paperwork what bank you're going to and what day you're going. So they said, we have the best luck with Siam Commercial Bank. So I said, okay, fine. There's a branch in M Quartier Mall, which is right here at Sukhumvit, right across the street from Sukhumvit 24. So they put that in there and they go, what day are you going? I said, I'm going Monday, which was the 17th, I believe, whatever day that was, this past Monday. So they put that date in. So Monday morning, I went to the bank and I gave them my paperwork. They made copies of everything. And then I had to sign every page of the copy. And I also needed my passport. So I gave them my passport and also needed an ID from my home country. So I had my I actually have my Tennessee driver's license, which is still good. So I gave them that. So they made copies of both of those. So I signed all the paperwork. And since this was a branch, they said we have to mail that into the home office and then come back in 10 business days, and then you can open up your bank account. So 10 business days will be this coming Wednesday. So I'll go back and hopefully I'll be able to open up a bank account. So I'll do a video on it. I'll let you guys know how it works. So that's where we're at with that. So, but yeah, she sounded like everything was good and good to go. So what my plan is once I get that open, every month I'll put 65,000 baht into that bank account, and that I'll use that for my local expenses here, my rent, utilities, groceries, food, entertainment, all that. And then after 1 year, once my education visa is done, I'll have at least 1 year's worth of showing 65,000 baht deposit every month in that bank account. And I could use that to get my retirement visa. At least that's my plan. I'll let you know how it goes. Because then I don't have to put in the 800,000 baht deposit into that bank account. I can just show the 12 months worth of bank deposits in that account, which should suffice should be able to use for my Thai retirement. Bank account hit and miss and harder for Americans because of required IRS reporting. I got told no new accounts for Americans by 12 branches. What visa are you on? That would be my question to you. What visa are you on? Linux is better than commercial operating systems. No antivirus needed. For example, saves money. Linux is free. Linux apps are free, and so forth. Okay, cool. Digital IDs will get rid of all that with visas. Vietnam is already well underway. Okay. Bangkok was great when I was young and single, the first 2 decades of my life. However, after I got married at 43, I eventually wanted something different. Okay, so let me ask you about Chiang Rai. What's the population there? Is it a city? Is it modern? Or is it more kind of province type? I've never been there. Thailand already has digital ID for citizens for a long time and biometrics for all visitors. Okay. I hear you keep saying Sukhumvit. What is that? Or is that the same thing as a CO? I don't know what a CO is. Sukhumvit is the road that runs basically north and south here in Bangkok. Is one of the main streets. That's where all the main Sukhumvit roads are. Or I think maybe you mean Soi. Sois are the side streets along Sukhumvit Road. You can call it Soi. Like I live on Sukhumvit 24, but you can call it Soi 24 or Sukhumvit. Soi Sukhumvit 24. Basically, those are interchangeable words. But Sukhumvit is the street, the main street. Like Rama 9 would be a main street, or Rama 4 would be Main Street. Sukhumvit is a main street. Tanon Sukhumvit and Silom, both main streets, not the same, right? Is it expensive to store stuff in USA, or a relative help JJ store it, or did you throw out a lot of junk? I've got a small storage unit in Tulsa, and then I've got I store my vehicles in Nebraska, and so total is about $118 a month is what I'm paying for storage. So I need to get rid of that expense eventually. I'll sell my car. Next time I go there, I'll use it to do all my stuff, my visits. And then once I'm done, I'll sell it and then get out of Dodge. Bangkok was great for my 20s and 30s. But when I hit my 50s, I was ready for something different. Yeah. I just love Bangkok. I just love here's what a friend of mine and I were talking about this the other day. It's a big city. It's exciting. It's got a lot of energy, but it doesn't have that. It's a calm energy. It doesn't have that stressful energy like, say, a New York City would have. It's just a calmer energy, non-stressful energy. That's what I like about Bangkok. You don't get stressed out being out in public or anything like that. You're on a retirement visa, okay, and you couldn't open a bank account? That's crazy. What area have you tried? What banks were you trying? I suggest a topic, JJ, digital nomads. How do they get jobs? I would have to interview somebody that is one because I have no desire to work. So I'd be the last person to ask about being a digital nomad. Catch 22, retirement visa requires Thai bank. Exactly. Right. Yeah. You gotta open up a Thai bank account before you can get a retirement visa, but you gotta have a retirement visa to open up a Thai bank account. That's why I'm thinking this education visa is my catch 22. I can get around that. Hopefully it works out. You get the job first. Yeah. Rike did a video at LAX a while back, and they are using monitors for biometric scanning, and I was surprised. They do have that here in Thailand. They've got the biometrics. In fact, I tried to use it, but it wouldn't let me. And then later I found out it's only for Thai residents right now with the biometrics. You just walk up to the immigration gate, the customs gate, and it's facial recognition, and then you just walk through. You don't need to show your passport or anything like that. Vietnam, I think, is going that way. Everybody's going to go that way eventually. Eventually, you're not going to be able to go anywhere in this world without the government knowing where you're at. It's just going to be unavoidable. Okay, how? That would be an interesting topic for JJ. You're talking about the digital nomad. You know what? I'll find somebody who is one, and I'll try to do an interview with them. Yes, Soe. Soe is Thai for alley or street. Successful nomads I've known, I did that for a long time, had careers that allowed remote, or they had their business or freelanced and then started traveling. So when I first moved to the Philippines, I was working. I worked there for almost a year, and but I was working. I wasn't on a digital nomad visa or anything like that. I don't think Philippines had that back then. I was just there on a tourist visa, basically, but I was working with a company that was based in the US. They didn't have a base in the Philippines. So my money was coming from the US. I was being taxed in the US. So that was a little different, but yeah. Is the Soe Street then just an alley? Yeah, Soe is kind of Thai for alley or street, like a side street. Chiang Rai is basically a smaller Chiang Mai, lots of nature, but you definitely need a car to enjoy it. And it would be difficult living here as a single guy, I think. Okay. So yeah, even in Chiang Mai, you really need a vehicle to get around. Thai streets get called Tanon, big street or boulevard, Soe smaller street, and alley, usually a dead end, right? I just had a commercial, first time ever. Oh, on my channel? Oh, good. I made some money. I tried all of the banks, eventually got an account at Bangkok Bank. Okay. Wow. So that's weird because Bangkok Bank kind of has that reputation for being the hardest, or the ones that keep closing down bank accounts. I heard that Casa Corn was the easiest to open, but but I'm doing the Siam or Siam commercial bank. So we'll see how that goes. I gifted my vehicle to my nephew for his 21st birthday. Good for you. I'm not gifting anybody anything. Most people have heard that. I would be interested in the specifics of being a digital nomad. Yeah. I'll try to do one for you guys. Did you go through a real estate agent to find your place? And were you doing Airbnb before you got your lease? No, actually, I had a 1-year lease before I moved here over in Samut Prakan district, which is the south end of Bangkok, on the south end of Bangkok. But I did go through an agent, realty agent. I worked with, I looked at several online realty places. DD Property was one of them. Rent Hub, I believe. I did some searching on there, and even looked at Facebook Marketplace. But usually, when you show interest in a unit, you'll get contacted by the agent that advertised on there. So you work with an agent. So I worked with an agent where I was before. I worked with an agent here now. In fact, her and I are going to work together probably next month, starting next month, and start doing different videos, condo videos for her, so she can get her business out there and I can have some content. We'll probably do 1 a month to start with, maybe 2 a month. But I'm going to work exclusively with her. She did such a great job with my condo, getting my condo. So I was super happy with what she's done. You can interview Paul Lee about the digital nomads. Yeah, he's the guy that was in Shanghai. He's the guy I saw the short about. I don't know if he would. He's a younger guy, and so I doubt that he would be interested in doing anything on a guy YouTube channel with an old fart like me. I doubt he would be interested, but you never know. Was it difficult to find a tax preparer? How do you do your taxes? Do you pay state taxes? I'm planning to become a resident of South Dakota. I'm retired. I'm on a pension. I don't pay any taxes. So I just do my taxes myself. I use Free Tax USA or one of those sites anyway. And I just do it myself. And I put all my information in, and I don't pay any taxes really. So shipping vehicles into the Philippines is pretty expensive. Cheaper to buy one in the Philippines, depending on the vehicle. Yeah, I don't have any desire I wouldn't ship my vehicle. It costs more than it's worth, probably. Is Pattaya not interesting if you live in Bangkok? It is. I mean, Pattaya is different. It's a different vibe. It's kind of an adult entertainment beach city. If you're into that sort of thing. I would go there again if I had friends coming that haven't been there. I would go there and show them around a little bit. U.S. expats, especially retirees, should pick a Thai bank that has a U.S. branch, usually in New York City, for direct deposit. Okay. Good info about that bank accounts. Thanks. Does Nebraska have state taxes? Yes, they do. But I don't pay them because I don't make enough. I'm considering creating an LLC in Florida in the research phase currently. Cool. TurboTax can handle FEIE and deducting foreign taxes. Recommend professional help at first. IRS registered agents can represent at audit, saving a flight if that happens. Non-resident LLC, obviously. Okay. Now we're getting into the rabbit hole on tax stuff. I'm not a tax expert, guys, so don't ask me anything about taxes. Okay. We're caught up for the meantime. Hit the like button, guys, if you haven't yet. I'd appreciate that. We'll go a few more minutes. Covered a lot of topics today. I'm going to do more videos out in my little neighborhood here because I really like the area. Would you rather have me do like a walk around, like a walk and talk going around the neighborhood, go back to Benji Park, do a video there, do one poolside, maybe at a bar or restaurant around here? What's your choice? And any topics you want me to cover other than the got the digital nomad thing, so we'll put that on the list. Pontiac is supposed to be very quiet at the moment, according to a YouTuber I watch. Really? Interesting. Can I add? Great to meet you last week, JJ. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I didn't realize who you were. I didn't recognize your handle, your YouTube handle. So that's awesome. Yeah, it was great. You know what? I've met more subscribers in the last 2 weeks here than probably any time in the Philippines. It's been kind of crazy, but it's been awesome. I actually love meeting subscribers. It's one of the things I really enjoy about having my YouTube channel is being able to meet subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed, if you're watching now, please subscribe. I would appreciate that. It's all I really care about. No, I'm just kidding. And then if you want to become a member, it's only 99 cents a month. You get to see videos before anybody else. So do a video about creating LLCs. No, thanks. Because you live in Prompong, how many expats did you meet in Samut Prakan? I met 0 that actually lived in Samut Prakan. I probably saw, maybe in the entire year I lived in the condo there, I probably saw 2 Westerners, Farang. I saw Asians that were probably foreigners, but I wasn't sure. But yeah, I rarely saw any Western, light-skinned foreigners like me. Even in my condo, not a lot of things there. Not a lot of things happening there. Is that guy at Savvy Expat as tall as you? Savvy Expat. Oh, Evan? No, he's shorter than me. I think he's about maybe 2 or 3 inches shorter than me, I would guess. He's not 6 foot, I don't think. I don't know. I'd like you to just interview whoever. It's nice to hear different views from random people. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Dave. Good morning. How's things in Florida? We'll stay on a few more minutes, see if anybody else has any topics they want to go over. What all we talk about? We did a lot of talk about sick grandpa at the beginning. Seemed to be a big topic. UCLA is getting blanked by Washington 20-0. Looks like LSU beat Western Kentucky, but barely, 13-10. Whew. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to go eat at Nom Nom today or tonight for dinner. Sorry I caught you late. That's okay. No problem. Thanks for coming on board. Appreciate it. Don't forget the like button. Hit the like button before you guys leave. Yes, walking around your neighborhood like eager expat and interviewing local Babaroonies would be great. I would love to interview more Thai girls. I think that would be. I would love to do that, but yeah, that's a little harder. Missed the blog. That's okay. Just joined. What happened? Okay, let me start over for you and Dave. Let's see. We talked about sick grandpa. We talked about Nebraska football. We talked about what else did we talk about, guys? We talked about LLCs and insurance, health insurance here. Talked about taxes. We talked about all the things that I am not an expert about. so don't take my advice. I was meant to be in Bangkok this month, but I had to return to Ireland. Right. You had a funeral or somebody. February next year, I'll spend a long weekend in Bangkok. We can have a few drinks and get Gio drunk. Yeah. He may be a lightweight. I don't know. We'll get him drinking Guinness. He's not a beer drinker really, so we'll get him some Guinness. Here's what I wish. The only thing that's missing in Bangkok is Smittix. That's what I miss. That's my favorite beer, and since I've been in Southeast Asia, I can't find it anywhere. So that's the only bad thing. Question: what is best internet provider for province girls with bad connection? Oh God, I don't know. Just buy them a load. Buy them those pocket Wi-Fis. I'm interested in your agent's name. Let me make sure she's okay with me giving it out. And before, I don't want to give it out if she's not interested. Can you talk about taxes on short-term capital gains for expats living in Thailand? Sure, I can. Oh. I can talk about immediate annuities. Not legally, but I can talk about it. Okay, guys, we're at 2 hours and 12 minutes. We'll go a few more minutes. So we have 26 people on. That's good. I am getting kind of hungry. I did have some oatmeal this morning for breakfast, so I'm okay in that respect. But I could use a little Thai food. I might go have me some Thai food outside. There's vendors right down the street. I can just hop down there about a block, get something good. Sorry, what is your favorite beer again? Audio cut out. Oh, it's Smittix. It's an Irish red ale. It's or a brown ale. I love it. It's my favorite beer. It's the oldest in Ireland. It's older than Guinness. It's the oldest ale. Try speckled hen ale. Very similar to Smittix. You would definitely get it in a British bar. Can I get it here? Speckled hen ale. Oh, I'll definitely try that. If I can get it here, I'm trying. If it's like Smittix, I'm going to try it. Definitely. Thanks for the tip. Thanks for the hack. Do you file your taxes in Thailand and the U.S.? No, I don't have to file my taxes in Thailand because I'm on retirement. So that money isn't, I don't need to file here. I just file in the U.S. U.S. citizens always have to file and pay U.S. taxes. Most Thai visas don't include taxation in Thailand, but if you have Thai work permit, you have to pay here. Yeah. Walk around your neighborhood. Yeah. Oh my gosh. So this video that I'm posting, if you're a member, you've probably seen it already, but it's coming up on Wednesday, I believe. It'll go public on Wednesday. And it's called I Dated a Thai Bar Girl, The Truth Nobody Tells You. So I talk about that, but in the video, I walk around. I'm in this area in my neighborhood, and it's a big Instagram area where girls will do, I assume they're Instagram photo shoots, or maybe there's just models, but they're these beautiful Thai girls, and they're doing these photo shoots at these kind of iconic areas in my neighborhood. And you go out there every afternoon, and there's at least a half a dozen girls doing photo shoots there, and they're all beautiful. So you'll get a little glimpse of that in this video I post on Wednesday. But man, go to this neighborhood every afternoon, and you're going to see these are top drawer. I mean, the girls along Sukhumvit, along Prompong and that, they're beautiful. You get down to the Siam area, they're even more beautiful. You come out here and they're off the chain. They are next level. It's crazy how amazing these beautiful Thai girls are, women are. When you talk about dating Thais, are most just wanting fun or a serious long-term relationship? Do many or most want marriage if they date you for long-term or long time? I would say the ones that just want fun are the ones that are the pay for play, the transactionals. But I would say most of them, especially 30 plus, the majority of them want a serious relationship. And I would think that they would eventually want marriage, but some of them say that right up front. They're looking for somebody that leads to marriage. The ones that don't say that probably are thinking that. I would think that's what they're looking for, something long term. If you ever get close to marrying again, would you ask for a prenup? Yes, I would. Definitely. No way to give general answer about most. Some want to date, some want a sponsor, some want a husband like everywhere else. Yeah, you're right. Thai culture generally frowns on living together, unmarried, but pretty liberal in Bangkok. The girls will let you know. Right. Yeah. Yeah. You're right there. That's a good point. I think, yeah, they're a little more liberal in Bangkok and maybe Pattaya, where living together might not be a big thing. But if you're up north where you live, or up in Chiang Mai or in the Isan area, yeah, I think living together might be frowned upon a little bit. Good luck enforcing a prenup in Thailand. Foreigners don't have the same legal standing as Thais. In the Philippines, prenups are pretty much ironclad. That's what I would do. But I would get a prenup. I would get a prenup, but I have no plans on getting married again. None. You would definitely get speckled hen around expat areas with Brits. I'm not an ale drinker, prefer Guinness. Mother's milk, we call it in Ireland, right? Yeah, absolutely. So like if I went to, what are some of the pubs? Like Robin Hood in Prompong, would I be able to get the speckled hen there? God, I got to go. I'm going today. I'm going out today, see if I can find it. I got to try that. Go dogs. How do you get a Cambodian woman to move to Thailand? Is that a joke? What's the punchline? I don't know. How do you get a Cambodian woman to move to Thailand? This was a very comprehensive live stream, covered lots of topics. Absolutely. Yeah. The most important is the speckled hen. My Thai wife proposed like this: marry me or I will find someone who will. Happy 12 years together. Good for her. That's awesome. JG, I suggest bringing us to the local beauty pageant in Thailand. They had, didn't they have like Miss Universe pageant a couple of nights ago? It wasn't like Miss Thailand and Miss Philippines in the finals. My ex-girlfriend in Philippines told me about it, and I said, I'm not really interested. Way more Brits and Irish expats here than Americans. No problem finding English and Irish pubs. Yeah, that's what I like about it. And you can't find an Irish pub in the Philippines. Not a true one. You can in Da Nang in Vietnam. Go have lunch. See you next week. I enjoyed your bar girl interview. Oh, good. I'm glad you liked it, Dave. Oh, and thanks for being a member, by the way. Appreciate that. What should I have for lunch? I could go. I could do a 7-Eleven lunch. That'd be easy. That'd be cheap. Miss Thailand Universe came in second. Blew up Thai TikTok. Awesome. I tell you, Thai women are beautiful. I mean, with the conflict between Thai. Oh, I got you. Yeah. Here's what I here's what I heard. So there were a lot of Cambodian um, women, basically women, but both women and men that worked here, lived and worked in Thailand. And when this whole conflict started, they ended up either moving back to Cambodia or being being made to move back. So there were a lot of jobs that ended up going to um, these these bar jobs, waitresses at restaurants and bars. A lot of girls from Myanmar or from Kuala Lumpur or from Laos or even from the Philippines are taking these jobs now. So, yeah. Thanks, JJ. Go get food. I will in just a little bit. Um, it's a very popular ale. You would definitely find it in Bangkok. Good. Probably would be the same price as the Japanese beer you had. That's okay. I'm okay with that once in a while, just because you don't chug it like you do like a pale ale. You just like Guinness. I can get a pint of Guinness, and I'll drink 1 pint to every 3 of any other type of beer that I would normally get. So you're paying 2.5 times more, but it's lasting you more. So I wouldn't have a problem with that. Um, Miss Mexico won, and Miss Thailand was first runner-up. Miss Philippines was fourth runner-up. Anyway, yeah. I mean, and Mexico. I dated a girl from Mexico, Mexican girl, and she was beautiful too. Crazy. I mean, we're talking batshit crazy, but she was beautiful. Thailand announced mass deportations of Cambodians and Burmese last week. They announced that periodically. I'm not sure if it happens. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing too. Lots of Cambodians, Burmese, and Laotians in Thailand without visas. Yeah, the Lao girl I dated when I first started coming here, she would work odd jobs like at restaurants and bars, and even worked at a place that made like she was like a seamstress type thing. But she would have to go back to either Laos or Cambodia every 90 days to get a new stamp. And I guess you can go to either country, no matter that she was Laos, but she can go to either country and get a new stamp to come back in. So she would have to do that, and it would be an all-day trip for her on bus, like a 12-hour thing for her to go back and get a new stamp. So yeah, crazy what they do to stay here. But anyway, I have not heard from her for a while. I need to check in on her, see how she's doing. She was a sweetheart. She was cute. In fact, I tell you what, if you want to see, I had somebody ask me, I think it was actually Scotty Boy, he asked me on my live, why don't you put any pictures of her up? But I tell you what, if you go to my videos, and it's one of my first videos that I ever did. Let's see. Let me make sure I got I'll find the name of the video, and I'll tell you what the name of the video is, and you can watch that video and you'll be able to see what she looks like. So let me get to the end of this. Hang on just a second. Stand by, guys. I know, riveting live. How many? I've done 277 videos. Wow, crazy. I should do a special on my 300th video. I didn't realize I've done that many videos. Okay. All right. Let me bring this up. Okay. It's called Cute Pattaya Girl. How is the street food in Thailand? That's the name of the video. It's only like 2 minutes. This is back when I first started doing YouTube and I didn't know what I was doing. But you can go check that out and you'll see the girl that I dated for a while and what she looked like. She was cute. Actually, I met her in Pattaya. She was heading to work. At that time, she was, what did she make? She wasn't a seamstress. She made something. I can't remember what it was. Like umbrellas or something weird, some weird clothing item. Anyway, that was her job. And she was going to work and I met her at a street market and she was getting a coconut smoothie and we made eye contact and she smiled at me. I smiled at her. So I said, hey, can I walk with you? And she goes, yeah. So we're walking along and I go, can I ask you? And we start talking. And I go, can I ask you how old you are? And she goes, 16. And my eyes got like that. And then she started laughing and she goes, no, I'm 22. So I was like, whew. Then my heart rate went down. And when I caught my breath and we started talking more, but we ended up dating off and on. When I come back to Thailand, I'd go see her and she would stay with me, the time I was with her. And it was a lot of fun. She was a really neat person. And so it was a lot of fun. So check that out, called Cute Pattaya Girl. How is the street food in Thailand is the name of the video. And there's nothing on here really. It's just me getting street food. Actually, she got the street food. I just videotaped it. And I think I don't even think I had 100 views on it, 91 views. So I made 6 cents on that video. So that's funny though. Anyway, let me get caught up on my chat here. Let's see. Thailand has visas specifically for neighboring countries who provide labor. Visit any construction site. All Cambodians. Okay. I bet it's not. I bet there's less Cambodians there now than there were. A 24-hour live stream. Has that ever been done? I wonder. Oh my God. My voice barely makes 2 hours. So there's no way I'd do 24 hours. I remember when I used to watch Geo before I moved out here. During COVID, he did one that was like 7 hours long. It's like, this is crazy. I would leave and I'd come back and he was still on. When are you going to check out Laos? We can't wait. I don't know, Edwin. Would you be comfortable walking around Bangkok if you were drunk? Can you get home from bars easy enough? If you don't get drunk, then just speculate. I probably could get home. I don't think I would be worried. I don't think I would feel unsafe because now I wouldn't take a tuk-tuk or I wouldn't take a bike. I would take the train or I just walk. So I can't remember the last time I was really drunk. I got buzzed pretty good a couple Fridays ago because I had 3 meetups. I met who did I meet? I'm trying to remember who all I met. It was when was this? It was back on the 14th. So I met Peg, a subscriber, met her at 5 and we played pool. And I had a couple of beers, and she bought me beers, which was really nice of her. And then I met I met Dee Dee, and I met him at about 7 that night. And I think I met him over at Sportsman and Sugarmint 13. And we had a couple of beers there. Actually, I think he bought me dinner because I hadn't eaten yet. So I ordered dinner, and he had already eaten, but he paid for that. He paid for my dinner, which was great. And then went over to Stella's Secret Bar. It was her anniversary party. So I went over there and met Aaron and Justin over there, a couple of subscribers and friends. And I think I might have had one beer there, but I ended up having quite a few. So I was buzzing pretty good. So I went home. That was about 10:30. And I just walked home from 41. It would have been Sukhumvit 41 and crossed the street. And I made it home okay. So, but I was home before midnight. So I don't think I don't think I would have any problems. It's pretty safe here. Bangkok's safe even when drunk, unless you wander in front of a bus. I've had ties and even cops walk me home after 3. Yeah, it's not the locals I would worry about. It's the foreigners that I would worry about that would probably do something to you. Maybe not the backpacker ghetto like Khao San Road, where the hostel stayers will steal your exactly. That's what I mean. The locals I wouldn't ever had a problem with. George and Heidi tried to do one a few years ago, but couldn't go beyond 14 hours, I think. Ugh, God. With regard to preferences about videos, it's nice if you're showing the neighborhood, but preferably if you're also discussing a topic. Just observing the neighborhood on its own tends boring. Yeah, I agree with that. Late to the stream. Random question. Would you rather listen to live rock music at the Nana area bars or watch a game at a pub there? Oh, that's a good question. Depending who's playing. Both. Depending what band is playing and what the what genre of music, and depend what the game is and who's playing. That's a toss-up, man. That's a good question, Tom. Oh boy, I just love live music. So, yeah, that would be that'd be hard to come up with an answer to that. You can find live music and sports in Nana. Oh yeah, absolutely. Lots of sports in Nana. A lot of physical, hands-on sports in Nana. And you can also, after you're done with all that physical activity, they've got soapy massages too. So you can get that soap. You can take your shower and your bath. And okay, we're going off the rails, guys. Let's see. We're caught up. Let's see if there's anything else. I think I will call it. Oh, shoot. We're back up to 34 on. We may have to stay on a little longer. Hang on a second, guys. I'm going to get some water. Sorry about that. I just need to quench my thirst a little bit. So, got my haircut the other day, right down the street, about a 2-minute walk down the street. Place is called Serena at 24, or Serena on 24, which is Sukhumvit 24. So that's why. Anyway, I think she did a great job, and it's 350 baht, so about $10, a little over $10. So I'm paying a little more than I did when I was in Samut Prakan, but she did a great job. I like it. So I'm happy with my haircut. So somebody asked me where I got my haircut. So there you go. Not in this stream, but one of my comments. Let's see. Let's get caught up here. All right. I just checked that Patia girlfriend of yours buying that street food. She seems lovely. Yeah, she's a sweetheart. A little tiny thing. A little too many tats for me, though. I got really drunk in Barcelona years ago and did 3 nightclubs a night of rum sampling, collapsed outside the late night club at 6 a.m. Never again would I do that. Man, that would be crazy. So I'm trying to remember the last time I got drunk. I don't think I've ever gotten super drunk since I've been in Southeast Asia. In fact, I can't remember the last time I got super drunk since maybe college. Early 90s. I try to drink one of these a day. Okay. Yeah. So that's a weird topic, getting drunk. I haven't been back to Patia for a while. I should probably go. Oh, I want to go on a golf outing. So went to the driving range yesterday with a couple of my friends, and I hit the ball really, really well. I'm finally getting my distance back. I hadn't golfed for a while. I brought my clubs back 2 years ago when I went back to the U.S. Brought my clubs back here, but I hadn't used them until I moved here and then started doing the driving range with some friends. And man, it was because it's been like 4 years since I've golfed, and I literally lost about 15 yards off every club. So like I never hit my driver well, but my 3-wood, I could always hit like 215. But I was hitting it like 175, and that was on a good drive. I usually hit my pitching wedge right at 100 if I have a nice, easy stroke. And I was only hitting that about 85. And so I was like 15 yards off, shorter than on every one of my clubs. Well, yesterday when I went out, I'm hitting my 3-wood 200 every time, 200, 215. I hit one 235, hit my 3-wood 235. It's like, and I'm hitting them straight and hitting every club really well. And so it's like, I'm ready to go back out on the course. So I'm thinking maybe the first weekend in December, I'll do a weekend trip to Hua Hin and go golfing. That's my plan. So, and I asked a couple of my friends if they wanted to do the golf thing. So anybody in the area likes to golf, want to meet me in Hua Hin, I'll be there probably that first weekend in December, which is what, the 3rd or 4th, something like that. So I get out of class Friday. I get out of class on Friday the 5th of December. And so I'll probably take a bus, 15 bucks, take a bus trip to Hua Hin, get a cheap place to stay for 2 nights and come back on Monday. So the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. So stay 3 nights. So I'm kind of stoked about that. See how I do on the course. The neat thing is, if you're not familiar with Thailand or Southeast Asia, I don't know about other countries, but most of the courses in Thailand, you pay your green fee. It includes your cart, but it also includes your own personal caddy, and they're all females, and they're all cute. But they have these weird flying nun, big helmet type things, and they're covered. They got turtlenecks and they're long sleeve, covered head to toe. That's their standard caddy uniform. But from what I understand, if you order a caddy before before you go to your course to go golf, they'll dress up in normal golf gear, which is like this little mini skirt, they look all cute and all that. So that's what my plan is. And I got a buddy that says if you're in Hua Hin, there's a bar, and I'll have to look it up. There's a bar at the end of Wonderland that is tied in with golf courses, and you can order your round of golf there, and they'll pick you up at the bar and take you to the golf course. You can order your caddy there and all that too, from what I understand. So I'm all excited about doing that. So let's see, where are we at here? Oh, okay, here we go. Any condos for sale in your building? Thanks. Oh, by the way, Turbo Man, thank you so much for the chat. I appreciate that. I'm sure there are. There's something here. We can look at the units, like this one. But they have the sign outside that you can buy, sell, or rent here in this building. And it's 44 floors or 45 floors. So there's a lot of units. So yeah, I'm sure you can. If you remind me, if you, let's see, if you get on my email, just go to my email and email. Let me see, hang on. Uh-oh, froze up. Hang on. There we go. There's my email. Go to my email, message me and remind me, and then I'll get you the contact information for this building if you're interested. I love the area. It's perfect for me. Let's see. Nitpicking, but Thai girls may notice your Buddha is below your head level. I know. I've been told that before. If I bring a Thai girl over, I'll put it on the fridge or something. It's hard to get above my head level because I'm tall, so it would be harder to get above my head level. I think I lost my stream for a minute. Am I still on, guys? Okay. Yeah, I'm back on. I love stout. You talk about beer, you talk about women. I love stout. I love stout beer. I really love. Here's the hardest thing about dating in Southeast Asia. I gotta make some room here. I got all my coffee cups in the way. It's like, I told my friend this the other day. It's like if you're a dog lover, and this may be a bad. Let me use a better example. If you're a car lover, and it's like you want to buy a new car, and it's like, oh man, I love Mustangs, but I also love Chevelles, but I also love Corvettes. So you buy a Mustang, and then like a year later, it's like, I think I'll trade it in and get a Chevelle, or I'll trade it in and get a Corvette or something like that, or a Beamer or whatever. It's like there's so many different styles that you just can't. You get one, and then you want another type. That's the way Thai women are. There's so many different types, and they're all beautiful in their own way. So it's like, oh man, I love that slender Thai girl with the long legs and that slender body, and they look so good. But then it's like, you know what? I like that girl there. She's got thicker legs and they're very, they're very toned. And I really like that style, but they got the small waist, but the nice bigger legs. And it's like, oh man, I just can't decide. that's kind of how, that's kind of how it is here. It's like, it's hard to decide. And maybe that's why I haven't decided on one in particular, anything long term, because it's like, you just see another one. It's like, oh my gosh. I can't drink since I have ALDH2 deficiency. Used to smoke weed though. Okay. Full disclosure, I smoked weed when I lived in Colorado. When I was in radio, I didn't smoke a lot, just on a few occasions. I didn't like it. Never smoked cigarettes. So yeah. Yeah, morning night in front of Nana has some fun live music, for example. And yes, ladies want drinks. Just the business model. Yeah, absolutely. I like sitting at Stumble Inn there, right at the entrance of Nana Plaza, at between like 7 and 9 p.m. because you see all the girls coming to work, and so it's fun to watch them and see. It's like, oh, she's pretty. Oh, she's pretty. Oh, that's a lady boy. That's always fun. That's only 2 weeks away. Yeah, I know, right? I need to make my reservations. The third class train to Hua Hin was less than $2 and was more pleasant than a bus. $2? Wow. How long did it take? Was it the same length of time? I inquired about Forbes Park Golf Course. Not unless you are recommended by a very wealthy resident of Forbes Park. Oh, you're talking about the Manila Golf Club? Yeah, you have to you have to be recommended, and then it's like a $500,000 deposit that you have to put down, or a fee that you have to put down. Yeah, that's expensive there. I also heard that they're going to get rid of the course and put condos there. So I don't know. Forbes Park is probably the most expensive property area in the Philippines. It's next to BGC. You got BGC, Forbes Park, and Das Marinas. All those property areas are like super high priced. I've done almost 24 hours live streams. Wow. I mean, doing them or watching them. I couldn't do 24 hours. I'd have to sleep, guys. You don't have to watch me sleep. Pretty much every building in Bangkok has condos for sale, right? Yeah. It's crazy. Thank you. Great stream. Hey, Turbo Man. Appreciate you coming on. 21 hours and over 30 minutes. 21 hours and over 30 minutes. Wow. That's a long time. True that. Yep. I used AI for the live stream. Does that count? I did oh man, let me see if I can find it. I'm not trading in my Corvette. Yeah, right. I almost bought a Corvette. It was a 72 Corvette when I was right out of high school. I had my 66 Mustang, and this dealer tried to get me to trade it in for this Corvette. I'm glad I didn't. I would have gotten broke just paying the insurance for that. I miss my Mustang though. I wish I still had it. I want to check something out, guys. Hang on just a second. I used Canva. I used Canva Plus for my to create my thumbnails and my theme song and that, my intros and outros. And I did I did one. Let's see where it's at. I was doing thumbnail, and I asked it to make my image pop. It had a picture of me on there, and I just typed in and had an AI option, and I said, make my image pop. I wanted it to stand out, and it made me AI. And let me see if I saved it. Oh crap! I bet I didn't save it, but it was hilarious. Um, no, I didn't save it. That's too bad. Um, it made me look like an old man. I mean, older than I look now, and it didn't look anything like me. Oh, and then one time I said, make an AI image out of my image. And I looked like a lesbian. It was so bad. I couldn't believe how bad I looked. Um, let's see if I saved any of those. I thought I did, maybe not. And then I also did one where it's like, make um, my head bigger than my body, which was funny. Let's see. Hang on. Yeah, I can't find it here. Sorry, guys. I'll have to find it next week when I do my live. Hang on a second here. Okay. All right. Not trading my Corvette. Where are we at here? Oh, we got another super chat. Oh, nice. Kiki. Oh, you gifted. Oh, there you go again. Thank you so much. Gifted 5 memberships to my channel. Awesome. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Where are we at here? We got to get caught up. Hang on just a second. Already did that. True, did that. Used AI, did that. Okay, here we go. I tried it in college. I just wanted to sleep. Don't get the appeal, to be honest. Oh, right. Yeah. I'd like to be under control. And the 2 times I did smoked weed where I got high, I just felt like I was out of control and couldn't function, and I didn't like it. It was like an out of body experience, and I didn't like it at all. So I just don't do it anymore. Hawaiian train, like all Thai trains, cheap and slow, very slow. Bus Hawaiian, definitely faster. Oh, good. I would want to get there fast, but taking a train might be an interesting video to do. That might be fun. 25 million upwards for property in Forbes Park. Really expensive. Yeah, really overpriced in my opinion. Hey, thanks for the super chat. How do you stop mosquito bites? I've never really had a problem here in Bangkok or in Thailand. Once in a while, when I was in the Philippines, once in a while the mosquitoes would get bad. In Vietnam, that's where I had the most issues with mosquito bites in Da Nang. I get a lot of mosquito bites there, but they didn't really bother me that much. I'd itch for a little bit, and if you're in the city, you really don't have to worry too much about dengue or anything like that. But I guess it could be a problem if you're in the provinces or in the countryside and you get bit. There was one time I started getting mosquito bites. I was at coffee shop in Da Nang, and the waitress noticed I was itching, and she brought out some stuff for me, some mosquito repellent, so which was really nice. Oh, wow. Lubash, thank you so much for the super chat. What is super drunk? Like blackout? Who does that at our age? I don't get drunk at our age, let alone super drunk. I guess super drunk would be like staggering, drooling, not to the point of blackout, but you can see blackout at the corner. Thanks for the super chat. I appreciate it. Mosquitoes not a huge problem in Bangkok because government sprays for them. Elsewhere can get bad. DEET works and sold here if you look around. Nets work for sleeping in the countryside. Yeah. Yeah. I think what they do here is, I know they do that in like BGC, is when they go and water all the green areas along the street. I think they have the spray in that water too, and that helps, but I'm not sure. But I've never had a problem here in Bangkok. Yes, we have watched the Double Trouble in Asia chick sleep. Oh, I heard about that. She's a hottie. Talking about hotties, is Earn single, and why not go after her? Earn is a friend. She's 25, so that's reason number one I wouldn't go after her. And she probably wouldn't be interested in me because of the age gap. And I just consider her a friend. I don't know if she's single or not. If she wasn't, she wouldn't say anything because she doesn't want to hurt her channel. Because she's got a lot of guys that watch her, and think that, she's really cute and hope she's single. Which how can you blame them? So I don't know if she's single or not. If she isn't single, she hasn't told me. So I was told mosquitoes can't fly very high, so rent in the floor above 5 or 6 seems correct in my experience. Yeah, that would be a good option there. Let me see. Am I all caught up here? Let me see. Thank you. Thanks. Sick grandpa might get one again. Might get one what? Ladyboy? I am sorry. It looks like you missed my super chat. Oh, did I miss it? This one? How do you stop mosquito bites? Yeah. Unless you had another one. Hang on a second. Let me look. Let's see. I'll go through all my super chats again. This has been a great day for that. Bobby gave me a super sticker. Bobby's a member, by the way. Turbo Man, any condos for sale in the building? How do you stop mosquito bites? I got both of those. Yeah. Then I got the $20 one from Lubosh about the super drunk. And then Kiki gifted 5 memberships. Okay. Yeah. I'm all caught up on that. So I hope I got their questions answered there. Turbo Man. Sick grandpa incognito here. Oh, I know what you mean. Maybe sick grandpa got one. Another membership. Yeah, it would be funny. That happened before. You got to be a member. If you take the train, don't go on a big holiday. Plenty of seats are on normal days, packed in like sardines, with standing the whole time on the last day of a holiday weekend. Ooh, that's not good. I got bad mosquito bites in a nightclub in Cavite years ago. Yeah, I can imagine. Nightclub wasn't exactly high end. Yeah, probably not. I like 18-year-olds, legal age. So when they dump me, they all do, they're still early 20s. Okay. Every girl I've ever loved has dumped me. Oh, I'm sorry. You did get to it. You did get to. Okay, good. I'm glad. Good idea, JJ. Do a sleeping live video. Yeah. I'll do a close up so you can see my drool coming out of my mouth when I'm sleeping. You hear me snoring. Yeah, that would be really good. That'd go viral. I've heard they do that on like Stitch or some of those other streaming platforms. It's like, why would people watch somebody sleep? Where's the enjoyment in that? I don't get it. I mean, your life must have to really suck to watch another sucky life of somebody sleeping. But Anyway, there's a market for it, right? My 21 and a half hour live stream is still online, but I do not want to spam the link here. It is possible to do 24-hour live stream. Wow, that would be nuts. I don't think I could do it. I know I couldn't do it. I wouldn't want to. Why would I want to do 24 hours straight? I don't see any possible reason for me to want to do that. You and Gio are doing a wonderful job of providing lots of useful info about Thailand. Well done. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, I like to jokingly say he's followed me here. Everybody's following me from the Philippines to Thailand. I was like the first to to exit the Philippines, but I just kind of joke about that. Okay, guys, we're all caught up. I think I'm going to call it a day. We're exactly at 3 hours, and I'm getting kind of hungry. So we're going to call it good. So thanks so much for coming on. Thanks for all the super chats. Thanks for being members. I appreciate that. And as always, live life, my friend. And sabai sabai. And we'll talk to you again soon. Don't forget, I got 2 videos coming this week, tomorrow morning, and then Wednesday morning, I'll post 2 videos. And then, of course, the live stream next Sunday. I friendly disagree. They're talking me out of Thailand. I'm considering the Philippines again. Oh, good for you. Have fun there. Almost lunchtime. Yeah. Sick grandpa is much kinder to you than Gio. Yeah, he is. He doesn't like Gio. Thanks. Take care, everybody. All right, guys. Take care. Bye bye. Bye bye.